see right now. So, let's see here. What are we at? What are we at here? Oops. I think we're live. Hope they hear me. I'm over here. Yeah, y'all hear me? Cool. I see my shit jumping. Let's see. Yeah, I hear it. All right, so we are live. We got to allow access. So I'm here. Even though Wizen knows that the show starts at 6 o'clock every time, he's still running late. He had to grab a drink. And I guess other shit. But so we're waiting on him right now. He's running late. If you guys have questions for the show, the only things we have covered right now is we're going to talk about Bobby Roode and Damian Sandow and Dick Ryback. That's all we have pegged right now. So if you guys have questions that we have to fucking answer, just send us a tweet or write in the comments at CAC shit. We're gonna get it faster. We're gonna get it faster on Twitter. So I suggest that you send it to Twitter. Let's see here. We're gonna check the comments here. We have 76 watching. And we have... Yeah, hear me. Sweet. I wish I could play some music, but since we're on YouTube, we might have some dickhead come and take us down. So, I'm here. I'm waiting on Waza. Let's see here. I'm going to start writing down questions. This is like your time to get settled in, dialed in. If you want to go get a drink, get a drink. And go get it and get locked in because shit is about to get crazy on this show. Waza I don't think he's seen any wrestling this week, period. I think he completely no-sold Raw, no-sold SmackDown. He no-sold, the only thing he watched on TNA was the Ego segment, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I watched a little bit of it. SmackDown was much better. It wouldn't be a CSE show. Yep, exactly. Did you guys know? Yeah, I knew about that, but I couldn't tell you guys later. There's so much stuff about WWE 2K14 I can't tell you until the game drops, because, I went to that play event. So there was a lot I can't tell you about the game. And there's already some footage leaking out on the internet, which is kind of stupid. I can't believe it's already, it's like 2 weeks away. That's ridiculous. Like, they got the game that early, and there's footage leaking out. Let's see here. We got 77 people watching with 36 likes. Waza ain't coming back until he sees at least 50 likes. That's guaranteed. He's sipping his beverage right now as we speak. And he's like, nope. He is no-selling the stream because half of you people, or more than half, have not hit the like button. You guys just came in here. If y'all hit 50, we might get some Kurt Angle music. We might get, if we get to 70, we're getting that Kurt Angle. Oh, yeah, he's no-sell. Background, yeah, I think it's been a good 2 weeks of no-selling. Been a good 2 weeks of no-selling it. So, that's what he does. So, tweet it, and we need more subs for this channel also, guys. So, if you're not subscribed, can we like the video? Just like, yeah, if you like the stream, if you just like that button right there underneath our picture, it will give it a like to the counter. So, just hit that. And if you haven't obviously subscribed to this channel, which you're currently watching the stream at, lick the stream, please. Andre the Truth is telling you to lick the stream. You have to lick the stream. Lick it. It's already at 50. God damn. We got to get to 75. Because Wise is going to be impressed. Because his likes have been getting off the chain for his NCAA videos. So, oh my God. I love it. You guys are awesome. That's why I like this podcast. Because it's the best fucking podcast. And I dedicate time to this because you guys are fucking awesome. And if I ever get to meet all of you, I've met 3 at SummerSlam. I met 3 of you guys at SummerSlam. That's about it. And then I got to meet Optimus Prime. I'm planning to go to Pittsburgh for either a Dodger game or for Royal Rumble. So that's the schedule. If y'all are planning to go to WrestleMania, we'll be there. It's looking like we're going to be there. Baller seats. That's April 6th, New Orleans. So if y'all are coming out there, we're going to be getting hammered. And if you can't drink, well, we'll see you at the Convention Center. We'll be interviewing people like crazy. It's definitely going to be a badass experience. That's pretty much the schedule. We're not going to anything else currently. Elimination Chamber in Minneapolis. I might be there basically because it's in Minneapolis and Nodus fans out there and Junk and Hurricane. And a Tubby's out there. So like a lot of people were out there for Elimination Chamber. So that probably might be a good one to go to. But definitely you can expect me at WrestleMania and SummerSlams because SummerSlam, that's in my backyard. So I'm always at SummerSlam. I'm always in that area. If I'm not at the show, I'm interviewing people. So let's see here. So mark it in your calendars, folks. WrestleMania, the 30th anniversary. We have so much to talk about WrestleMania 30-wise, especially with the news of Thunder Lips having the door open according to him. Triple H telling him the door is open. Faris, you should have met us. You saw us, but you didn't come and meet us. Just come up to us, man. We were just trying to get into the show. If we would have snuck in with you, that would have been excellent. We Dick Rybacked our way in through the line. Yeah, New Orleans, baby. That's going to be an interesting one. Still waiting on Wise and Now here. Well over 10 minutes of getting a beverage. The Colts aren't playing today, so I don't know what he's watching. He's probably doing voiceovers for his NCAA video. He's no selling wrestling today. Hit the music. Oh, let's see. I'm at 70. What did I say for the music? 75. I wish there was an ignore button on YouTube. That would be cool. I'm trying to see. Let me check the CAC show Twitter machine. The Twitter machine. So I can write all these questions down. Don't mind me. You know what? We do need some tune skis. Where is the beats? Where are the beats? Let me get the let's see. I don't want to get copywritten. Don't want to get copywritten. Wow, man. I'm telling you, the Jaguars are going to pull that shit off, and I'm going to laugh. This is their Super Bowl, guys. This is their Super Bowl. Amazing. 2-point game. A 27-point spread. I knew people were crazy fucking doing that. That is nuts. A 27-point spread. Let me see. Writing down questions. I don't think Wiza saw NXT this week either, and it's actually a pretty good show. If you guys haven't watched NXT, it's free. So go watch NXT because it's fucking free. And since there he is. Yo.
Yep.
All right, you're going to have to speak louder.
I walked away.
Oh, okay. Wazenow's in the stream, ladies and gentlemen.
Where is it?
You've been tweeted and everything the link for like at least 5 times.
I'm a busy guy.
I don't know. We have 88 watching with 72 likes. Incredible.
That's a good ratio.
I know. I had to tell him to bump it up. It was at 30, and I was like, "What is this?" And then it literally, like in 5 minutes,
They forgot.
it just fucking they shot out of a cannon.
Okay. Fucking starving, man. I wanted to get some food from the fridge, but guess I don't have time like that. Ugh. Smalls, what are we starting with? I know what we'll start with. I know what you start with, but before we start with that, we're gonna get there. I just want to make sure I let everybody know Wiza watched a maximum of 1 hour of complete wrestling.
I thought it was 0. I thought you
Remember I watched the first hour with y'all? I was watching the first hour, and then after that, nope.
I thought you didn't even give it a chance.
No, I watched that first hour.
Okay.
And then what was the last straw? Oh yeah, that's right. I was saying if I said I'll give it to 9 o'clock. If this shit don't fucking pick all the way up, I'm out of here. And the last match was the CM Punk and R-Truth match, which I was fine with, but it wasn't enough to just stop the debacle that was Battlegrounds in that first hour of Raw. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
So you didn't see Triple H get punched?
I saw nothing. I saw nothing. Honestly, I saw nothing. I saw nothing. Everybody tweeted me about. Everybody told me all the news. Everybody told me everything, but I couldn't bring myself to give them a view or a rating. I couldn't do it.
Did you give it a review though?
No review.
Oh, so you didn't even see Eva Marie?
No, I saw it. We was watching that.
That's right. That was probably your final straw. That was your final straw.
That right there was when I say, you know what? Nope. We're not doing this. We're not gonna do this.
Eva Marie.
You know what? Start with what you want to start with. We're gonna get to Eva Marie. We're gonna get.
What do I want to do? What do I want to start with?
You want to start with Ego?
Why is it? Was that not the best segment in TNA in the past 2 years?
Smalls, there's something that we have to do. This is our duty. It's a must. It's something that we need to do. We need to get the Dumb and Dumber suits. It must happen. This is a thing that will happen. No one's going to stop it. We're gonna wear it
at SummerSlam. I mean, at Mania.
It's gonna probably not at Mania,
okay.
But we'll do access with it. We'll do
no, not
Mania.
You know what I meant? Like at WrestleMania weekend. I'm not gonna wear it to the show.
Yes, for the whole thing. And just interview people, trolling, all types of shenanigans.
But now, are you going to be wearing the blue one or the orange one?
Smalls, I have to keep my sanity. I'll wear the blue. You know what? I'll wear orange just for the fuck of it.
Okay, I was going to say, if the Jaguars win, you could wear orange.
Shit. What's the deal with that Jaguars game?
21-19 Denver in the third.
Really?
Yeah, they're keeping it close.
I'm pretty sure everybody picked
Jacksonville. A lot of money went on Jacksonville
to cover. Yeah, I would.
28 points. Why is it? Like, could you really conceivably bet a 28-point spread?
No,
that's ridiculous.
I mean, I wouldn't think that the game would be like this.
Right, but I would think like 3 touchdowns, then they take off the gas a little bit, right? You know what I mean? Like
yeah. But it's like Peyton is staying in the whole game. How many touchdowns he got? All 3 of them?
I believe he threw a pick 6 also.
Really?
Yeah, Paul Posnusty took it back.
Tapped into his inner Joe Flacco.
I tweeted you the link, by the way.
All right, I see it. I see a whole bunch of Twitter stuff going on here
from the CAC show.
Really? Look at that. 21-19.
That's ridiculous, dude. That's probably the biggest shocker. Oh, and Seattle was losing to Tennessee at home.
Tennessee's pretty legit.
Yeah, but at Seattle, that's pretty nuts.
It's tied now.
Why is the orange suit? Are you gonna get the top hat?
Oh, the top hat. Yes. See,
I thought you would have wanted like me and Blackcheck to wear the Dumb and Dumber suits, and then you were like the Bobby Roode, all white with the black jacket and the tuxedo shoes.
Nope. This is a thing that needs to happen. I need to be overboard.
With the top hat.
With the top hat. That's why I'm going with the orange. I'm gonna go with the orange. I'm going all the way out with it. I need to be OD. I need to be completely OD with this.
Now, if you had a choice of media session, who would be your first interview with the orange suit? Who would you want to be first one out the gate?
I would have to revisit Sandow.
With the suit?
With the suit. Can you imagine the amount of trolling that would happen there?
But he's a face now, so I don't think he'll be...
But he wasn't heelish at all in his interview with us. He was himself. He was himself in character.
Yeah, he's good.
He was the same.
What about Mark Henry? Would you interview Mark Henry in that suit?
Mark, I would have to let you take that one.
Okay.
I wouldn't dare. I would offer him my jacket, but it'll probably fit just on his shoulder.
It just covers half of his arm.
Yes, yeah, it's not. Yeah, his back. It's not going to cover his back.
So
mute that right there. All right, there we go.
So why is ego? The video I think made the segment.
That's the only thing I saw from TNA, by the way. You only
saw the video? You have to see the whole segment.
No, I saw the whole segment. I'm saying that's the only thing I saw was that. That's the only thing I saw from TNA.
Oh, well, yeah, I told him that because everything else. Well, Aries match was good, but
I heard it was pretty good.
Yeah, he brainbusted Hardy off the top rope.
Out of control.
So yes, Bobby Roode just sold this thing like a gangster, man. This guy.
You rude.
Bobby Roode. The Canadian Casanova, the Prime Minister of Suave and Debonair. Bobby Roode. Heaven's loss is professional wrestling's gain. Bobby Roode. Yo, when they put his face on the baby, I lost it.
Yo, why do they keep running back Bobby Roode? Like, I just kept saying it, like, back to back. Like, that was pretty good stuff.
Oh, but I mean, and then Bobby Roode taking the mic. I promised myself I wasn't gonna cry.
Bobby Roode.
And then this all led to Kurt Angle coming out.
Yeah,
that's where it all went downhill.
That's pretty much what this whole thing was about. Bobby Roode.
Bobby Roode. I mean, I don't think Eric Bischoff wrote that. I think that was Kaz and Daniels all the way.
Yeah, probably Kaz alone. You think not Kaz, I mean Daniels. You think Kaz got that in him to
yes.
able to write this stuff?
He does.
To be able to write this stuff though?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah? Because I can see Daniels' hands all over it.
Like, I think they all had a piece in it. Because Bobby Roode, I think Bobby would have had to seen that beforehand to not lose it. Yeah.
Yo, his picture. That picture that was some great ass shit. I need that picture. I gotta do that pose. I need the background. I need that shit look clean.
You need the tight, like, long sleeve and everything?
Yes, that was clean. That was clean. I need
the chair though.
They went overboard with the chair.
They stole that chair from Triple H's WrestleMania intro.
Yeah, but probably from like WrestleMania like
22,
17.
Yeah, old ass one.
Yeah, that's not the goods.
That's not the goods. That's Bobby Roode. There's only one reason. Bobby Roode should be in the Hall of Fame. He's Bobby Roode. Thank you, Bobby Roode. This is wrestling.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But Kurt Angle's neck.
Yo, why is there like... What is it? It has like riblets on the side of his neck. Like, his neck is completely out of control.
He might have the biggest neck in wrestling.
You think so?
He might.
Bigger than Henry?
Who was bigger than Henry? Henry doesn't have a neck. Remember?
Yeah, he doesn't.
Like
neck. I don't know, man. You're right. I think he wins the neck award.
Smalls, think about what we're talking about currently. We're talking about someone's neck. We're legit right now having a conversation about necks.
It's the shit that happens on the show. This is the shit that happens on this show.
Oh boy. Okay.
So Kurt Angle, Bobby Roode at Bound for Glory. No, we're not doing a Bound for Glory watch party. I'm actually probably gonna be at Bound for Glory because I'm gonna look to get interviews and everybody.
Did you book a flight?
It's in San Diego. I can just drive.
You right.
An hour and a half drive. I'll kick it at my uncle's house.
It's 4 hours for you.
No, for me, an hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5, maybe 2.5 max.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna get interviews with everybody. Apparently, Bobby Roode is on the list for interviews. So
Bobby Roode.
I'm gonna be like, can I just get Bobby Roode? I just want ego. I want to give me 15 minutes with ego. That's what I want.
Hey, would you do a Austin Aries?
If he's available for media, yeah. Well, he's in the X Division match, right? So he'll be available for media.
That one would be tough.
Yeah.
He's a tough interview, man.
You think so?
From the interviews I've seen him do, he's real tough.
Yeah. Is he tougher than Curtis Axel?
No, when I say tough, I mean he's stiff with it.
Like he's reserved?
Just stiff. Really stiff. You've seen some of those interviews where like sometimes
But he's not Dick Ryback stiff.
No. No, but you definitely got to come correct with him.
Yeah.
Now, Curtis Axel, on the other hand, I'm just shaking my head. It's about to come off my neck. I don't have the Kurt Angle neck.
You can't do it.
No. Would you interview Jeff Harvey?
If the people want me to interview Jeff Hardy, I interview Jeff Hardy.
You would interview Jeff Harvey.
Yeah, I'll probably call him Harvey in the middle of the interview, too.
With the stone face.
Dead ass.
Would you no-sell it like you no-sold Curtis Axel? And you know what I'm talking about.
How did I know so? Oh, the face? The face?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I would.
The no-selling needs to happen in every interview. Except for Bobby Roode and Ego.
I feel like Bobby Roode and Ego would be the best interview.
Bobby Roode.
Whatever happened to James Storm and Gunner?
You know what? That was actually a question I was going to ask here for
They're
the show.
They're the tag team champions.
What? See, I don't watch TNA. When's the last time James Storm has done something?
Do you know what? That's a CM Pulse question because I have no idea. The worst thing ever since
he hasn't been good since Bobby Roode. Think about that.
Yeah.
Think about it.
He hasn't been good. Hold on, you're gonna take it from here. Hold on. Lead the way. Talk about Dixie Carter.
Smalls, I watch no wrestling. He says, all right, you know what? I can talk about Dixie Carter. I'll talk about Dixie Carter a little bit, but this is gonna sound a bit stupid because I haven't been watching. I saw when Hulk Hogan left. That was the last of Dixie Carter that I did see. But what I'm hearing is she's trying to take on this role of Stephanie McMahon. And I'm hearing that she isn't natural in her heel work. She speaks way too fast. And my biggest concern here is, why are we doing this now? WWE is notoriously known for being entertainment based. TNA coming up was known as being the alternative. They wanted to be known for wrestling. But now I'm guessing Hogan has put into her ear that we need entertainment. I can't do a Hogan voice. I'm sorry. But he probably put into her ear, we need the entertainment, because that right there is what's going to put the company over the top. But ratings haven't done a single thing since Hogan has been there pitching this whole entertainment thing. So her doing this whole entertainment-esque thing with turning heel is kind of taking away or overshadowing the AJ Styles and Bully Ray match. Or from what I've seen. I haven't seen it last week. I don't know. But I do say, she was last time I seen her, she was completely no-selling AJ. Not really building up that match between AJ and Bully Ray. Not really picking a side. Me personally, even though I haven't been watching, I think that there's kind of parallels between her and Magnus, and she's going to make Magnus, who actually has that Randy Orton-ish look to him, not in face, but in stature. He has that Randy Orton-ish look to him, so she'll probably say he's the face of the company and probably go that route. But I'm just hearing really bad things about Dixie Carter. Really bad. Blackjack says TNA is just taking whatever WWE is doing, just worse. And I can agree to that. That's exactly what they're doing. From top to bottom of their show, with the exception of guys that are, I was about to say with the exception of guys that are proven, but that's not even the case because you got Austin Aries. He necessarily can't do what he wants to do. Jeff Harvey, he always does whatever they ask him to do, so that's not a big deal. Bully Ray is doing his own thing, and Ego, I believe, is doing their own thing. But with the exception of that, everybody is just in limbo. I mean, this whole bromance thing just makes me want to hurl. Then you have James Storm, who could have possibly have been the closest thing to Stone Cold Steve Austin that they could have had. They just completely done nothing with the push that he was getting. I mean, that dude was a crowd fit. I even had his theme as my ringtone. That dude was getting massively over when him and Bobby Roode split. But now they got nothing out of that. Absolutely nothing. Their top guys, they have relegated to up from upper mid card now down to just mid card. So it's just a complete mess. Smalls TNA is a mess.
Mr. Stephanie Levesque.
TNA is a mess. I was just trying to make sense of anything.
Well,
Couldn't
you
really
heard
talk.
about the shots, right? You heard about the shots she took at Vince and called Triple H Mr. Stephanie Levesque.
I didn't mention it. I was going to just wait till you got back for that one.
Okay, and the whole crowd gave her that go away heat, not the good heel heat. Like they were just giving her boo. There was a "We Want Vince" chant.
We want Vince chant.
Yes, bad heat, bad heat.
And the show was live, right?
Correct.
Ooh. I want to know who gave Dixie the bright idea to do this. Yeah. Who gave her the bright idea to do this? Because if it's not something she's comfortable with, I mean, give her some practice runs. See what she can do in the back first. And if it looks like it's not natural, don't fucking do it.
Right.
You don't just say, all right, you know, you're the owner of the company. Let's just turn your heel and get some heat.
They're doing the whole corporation storyline.
But who's her backup?
We'll probably see it Bound for Glory.
Like she had, like, you know, with the corporation, she had they have backups. They have owner, COO. They got, you know, Steph, and then they got the wrestlers behind them. Dixie is just Dixie.
And she was just staring at the teleprompter the whole time. Also, there was actually people behind her mouthing the words.
Oh my god!
And then Sting had to come to the rescue, and Sting was yelling, "Stop, stop!" And Dixie was still staring at the main camera teleprompter, talking.
Oh god!
Sting.
This might be a thing I have to see. Is this on their TNA website?
Yes,
by the way,
yes, it is. It's a video.
It's also on their YouTube.
It's on the YouTube.
So they'll actually push this.
Yeah, but Sting came to the rescue. Sting was like, "We can't have this."
Uh-huh.
Because Sting's actually the smart one out of there.
So what do you think? What do you think that I was saying that they're pretty much just taking anything that WWE is doing these days
and flipping
it. Which is pretty much has been going on for like 3 months now. Like whatever WWE does, now it started with Daniel Bryan's push. Once Daniel got a push, they said, all right, we got to find a Daniel Bryan and we got to start getting something over like that guy.
Yeah, give it to Chris Sabin.
Yeah, Chris Sabin. Then, you know, he wins the title. Next week he loses it. Next week he's fucking heel. What? Hold up. What? Whoa, wait a time.
And now he's with Velvet Sky.
Well, you know, they've been together, but yeah, now they put it to TV, even though they've been together for years.
Yeah.
It's just too much Daniel Bryan-ish going on in there, and I guess they figured people caught on to them trying to be like the Daniel Bryan deal. So they said, fuck it, turn him heel. Get him as far away from the Daniel Bryan mentions as we possibly can. I'm thinking that's why they did it.
Yeah.
But I mean, for fucking Christ's sakes, create a story there. Give us something to get behind. That's what wrestling isn't doing these days. They're not giving us something to get behind. Like, where's the longevity in anything anymore?
There's no longevity. Every storyline lasts like a month max, 2 months max.
Shit, I was better off with you saying a month max. That's where I see it.
I mean, sometimes you get the feud that lasts over 2 pay-per-views, but that's rare nowadays.
And WWE is doing that now with Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton, and it's completely abysmal. It's turned from everybody saying, just wait it out. There's going to be a huge payoff to, all right, what the fuck are y'all doing? How did y'all manage to fuck this up?
It looks like the payoff is the Big Show.
This whole thing was put over the Big Show.
It looks that way, right? Am I the only one that's kind of seeing it that way?
You know what? my whole thing, what I'm thinking right now
I feel
is
like Randy Orton and Big Show could have been interchanged for like a couple other pieces.
not Randy Orton. This at first was to make Randy Orton's heel turn huge because everybody's been begging for it. This was the best way to turn him heel. But I say this: how things would have been? Here's the question: how things would have been if Mark Henry was healthy? I think this would be a completely different storyline.
Oh, it'd be 100 times different because then you'd have Show and Henry going after the Shield in that tag match that never happened.
Mm-hmm. So maybe since Mark Henry was hurt, that threw a huge monkey wrench into all of their plans.
Then who would have been the guy?
The guy to what?
Who would have been in the Big Show slot?
Nobody. I don't think they would have bitched out anybody else. Maybe they just Mark Henry's hurt. You know, maybe they thought like we'll have Mark Henry save Big Show.
Right.
You know, so we'll bitch out Big Show till Mark Henry's good to go. But it's just not happening. Like he'll get cleared and then they'll find something else wrong with the guy.
Right.
So he's just breaking down.
Yeah.
The payoff is the Big Show.
The payoff is the Big Show. It's the Aces and Eights storyline.
Is the Aces and Eights still alive, by the way?
Yeah, it's down to Nux, Garrett Bischoff, and Bully Ray and Brooke.
Smalls, would you ever name your child Nux?
No. That's probably the farthest on the list.
Nux.
Nux.
Not Knox.
Nux. Nux.
Whose lazy ass idea was that? They said, all right, we can't use Knox because WWE still has some ties to that. Let's go on ahead and use Nux. What the fuck is a Nux? What is that? Can you find that in the dictionary?
Knuckles, I guess? I don't.
Nux. That's just the lazy. TNA is lazy.
Like Manic?
I still don't know what that is. Not with that spelling, I don't. I'm trying to find my remote. I can't find it anywhere. Can't watch the... Oh, there it is. Never mind. Hidden under some feces that I left laying on my bed. Yes, I said feces. Don't ask why.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I don't know. I don't know.
We're getting separate rooms.
I can't lay my feces all over the place?
No, I don't think so.
Like, just because? Because why the fuck not?
It's your house, so whatever.
Okay. So, what else happened in TNA that needs to be mentioned?
That needs to be mentioned. Samoa Joe added himself to the X Division match.
Because why the fuck not?
Because Samoa Joe didn't have anything to do, so they just threw him in the X Division match, I guess.
Samoa Joe, anytime I see Samoa Joe as of recent, he's just been looking sloppy.
You want to hear something funny? Samoa Joe took an indie booking. Yeah, November he faces Willie Mack in LA.
Oh, that should be good.
I'm going to that.
Where is it?
It's gonna be, I believe it's near LAX.
No, I mean like what show is it?
It's just like an indie effort. It's like Wrestling Cares or something.
Okay, all right.
So, Bobby Roode. Well, that's weird because Joe hasn't taken an indie booking in forever.
Yeah. But it's probably a good cause. Probably a good cause behind it. But nonetheless. Joe is possibly I wouldn't put much into it.
So we got Roode versus Angle. We got that X Division match. We have a 3-way knockouts match between Gail Kim.
Is Kenny King still not in the title? Not in the.
He was, and then they decided to take him out. I guess Eric Bischoff didn't see money in him.
I swear, sometimes I wish I had like
They
my.
just call it Sloppy Joe. LOL.
Sometimes Sloppy Joe. Sometimes I just wish I had like a camera to just show some of my facial expressions during like some of these reactions. Like what the fuck? How do you not see?
They had a good little thing going with King and Aries, and then like they squashed it.
Just continue.
Why does Manic still have the title?
Maybe
Where is the TV title?
Oh, it was taken to the Abyss. Abyss came, won the title, and
Took
took
it
it to the Abyss.
and took Devon Soul also, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, to never be seen again. They literally on air buried the TV title.
Amazing.
They
Oh,
buried.
and they copied another thing from the WWE. And I can't wait for the internet. And not everybody copies the WWE. Well, they're doing a pre-show on Spike.
There you have it.
Doing pre-shows.
What do you think about them doing it on TV though? What do you think of that?
That's a nice bump. That's a nice upgrade.
Rather than doing it just on the internet. I think that's a pretty good thing
Well,
to
if
do.
they try to do it on the internet, they'd fail miserably. So they have
Yeah,
to do it
they
on
don't,
Spike.
they don't have that internet following.
No, they have to do it on Spike TV.
So one thing they've done, which is actually smart, all right, you get behind that. Plus, a possibility it's not going to boost the ratings.
Mm-hmm.
Have they been advertising the pre-show?
Yeah,
Because
a little bit.
that's the biggest thing that they should do.
Because the winner faces Gunner and Storm on the pay-per-view.
I think that they need to advertise that.
They're really big on Eric Young and Joseph Park lately.
Bobby Roode.
Bobby Roode, I swear to God, Wise, that you're on me with this. When Roode and Aries formed a team, I thought that was going to be the greatest thing ever. And then they just completely, Garrett Bischoffed it. Or not Garrett, Eric Bischoffed it.
Fucked it up.
He was just like, no, go with these guys.
I still think that that's that was the best pairing.
Yes, because they feed off each other so well.
Oh man. And then them warring with each other in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be in. I want to be the guy to take the pin. I want to do this. I want to do that. They're fighting on the way to the ring.
It was
out
good.
of control. Those two out of control.
It was good.
I think Bobby Roode is having a ball. He's getting to show off all of his different characters.
Bobby Roode is just a grown child.
Yeah, yeah. Because we seen him as the serious Bobby Roode. When he was with I was about to say Motor City Machine Guns, Beer Money. And then we see him as the selfish one, the Triple H kind of champion when he became a champion.
Right.
And then we seen him, snap, and then now he's with Austin Aries after losing to Austin Aries, and he gets to be playful, trollish, and whatever they call whatever we're gonna call that. They start fighting amongst each other, but it's completely funny.
Yeah.
And now we got him with Ego, where he's just completely. I don't know what to call this character here, but he's just showing us so much different stuff.
Yeah.
Bobby Roode is legend.
Bobby Roode is great. It sucks that he'll never be on the big stage.
That, and it makes me wonder, man, if we got a chance to see this Bobby Roode back in
I need to get that soundbite and put it on the soundboard.
Yes. Maybe in 07, if they, had Bobby Roode doing all this stuff in 07,
Yeah.
he probably would have been gone. He probably would have been gone because he was still a little younger. He definitely would have been gone.
Yeah, he's 20. He would have been 29. That range would have been perfect. But,
And they got to show all of that. Gone. Actually, WWE should have took Motor City Machine. Why the fuck I keep saying Motor City Machine Guns? They should have just took Beer Money as a team.
Yeah.
They should have took Beer Money as a team. Because both of those guys were fucking money.
But I think now, I don't think they'll take a guy straight out. I think they're gonna have to put him through the developmental system always.
Yeah, well, it's too late now.
Yeah.
It's too late. Especially since he sold the new signed a new contract, right?
That's what the report said. Yeah, he signed a new 2-year deal. But what is all that worth? You know what I mean? Is it if they get bought out in March, WWE takes the contracts?
Anytime I see their crowd.
Did you see that picture I tweeted out of the last show?
I believe so.
Okay, I'll put it up on the screen right now for people to see.
Anytime I see that crowd, and I think of the guys that they have there, I just think to myself, how can they go out there and wrestle in front of this small ass crowd?
Yeah.
It's no different than an indie crowd. No different at all. How do they wrestle in front of that and feel like they're the second? Damn, Denver done blew it open.
Yeah, they blew it open.
How do they wrestle in that and feel like they are the second best company in America?
Well, I. Yeah. They don't fill up. I mean, the whole non-camera side is empty. The only thing they fill up is the standing room.
The thing that I noticed, the thing that I noticed the most is there are people in like the second section. They're not even trying to move up. They're just comfortable with it. They're like, yeah, it's okay here. We're fine.
Yeah.
Hey, you can move up, man. Let's make it look tighter on TV. Nah, it's okay. I'm good here.
Yeah.
They don't even care to see it. They're probably in that second section humping.
Why not?
Body back there is getting some up and down action going.
Why not?
While the show is going on.
Why not? I mean, there's nothing important going on.
Nah. They're just gonna hump until Bobby Roode comes out.
I hope he goes over. I hope he goes over on next Sunday. That show's next Sunday, Wiza.
That's crazy.
And nobody even acknowledges it. Like there's nothing behind it.
Do you think that this 4-month not 4-month, but this 4 pay-per-views thing is actually hurting them more than it's been helping them?
You know, I'm not sure because I'm interested to see the numbers, but I know their one night only pay-per-views stunk up the show. I mean, they barely were getting purchased. They were so low, DirecTV dropped them. So I mean, like that's got to be really low.
I personally think that it's hurting them because nobody knows when their shit is coming.
Right.
Like if it wasn't, I think that viewers promote their stuff more than they do.
Right, that's what RVD said. RVD is like, well, the wrestlers were bigger than the actual promotion.
They are. They actually are.
It's a glorified indie show, is what you're saying?
It's an indie show run by someone that has a lot of money. That's all it is.
But indie shows don't have like storylines and stuff like that.
When I say an indie show run by by somebody with a lot of money, I mean it in the sense of their drawing power.
Gotcha.
Do you think that if ROH or PWG was on TV, TNA could draw more than them?
Well, I like to see the numbers on ROH on HDNet. I'm sure they're. I don't know how great.
I mean, like, let's say that they built up their audience on television, just like
I think PWG's would be. I think their wrestling and their matches are better than TNA. I think PWG would be more exciting, but it would have to. It would need a creative person behind it to like push it in that way. TNA has great wrestlers. It's just they're trying to do WWE stuff. They're not trying to be themselves.
They have all the great components that they need. They just can't stop fucking it up.
Right.
They just have this thing to say, all right, we have guys, let's see how we can fuck this up as much as possible. Let's throw a storyline in there that makes no sense. Or have matches because why the fuck not? This is their biggest this is supposed to be their biggest pay-per-view of the year, right? Their flagship pay-per-view, their big pay-per-view, right?
Yeah.
Why is there no build-up to any of their matches?
You know what? I don't even know anymore.
Like, they should not be just throwing matches together just before their biggest pay-per-view of the year.
Yeah.
They shouldn't. I mean, Mania, Undertaker, and CM Punk. I even felt that was rushed, but that was like a good month and a half of build-up. Mm-hmm. And it actually made it feel important.
Mm-hmm.
The Rock and Cena. We saw that coming for like 2 to 3 months.
Right.
You know, so there's build up in these matches. And of course they had their what the fuck matches. I'm not going to be over here sucking off WWE's dick.
Right.
Because they had some what the fuck matches with the
Khali and Santino.
Well, no, they weren't at Mania.
At Mania, we almost had that Tons of Funk match. Thank God it didn't happen.
But we couldn't get a Cesaro match.
We couldn't get the United States champion.
That's stupid.
1 hour pre-show with a 6-minute match.
Yeah, let's make sure we get the Miz in there.
He's got to keep his streak.
Yeah, he has an ultimate warrior. He has an Undertaker streak.
He's got an Undertaker streak. Yes, indeed.
It's an Undertaker streak. So let's go on ahead and move on into WWE. Smalls, what did you miss?
Huh? What'd you miss? Well, first off, you should look at the stream.
Look at the stream?
Mm-hmm.
Let me take a look at what's going on here.
What? How did Ted?
That's perfect.
How did Ted knock it?
That is perfect.
How did Ted? That looks like a real photo. Yours looks real.
That's perfect. I'm tweeting that.
How did Ted tweeted you it? Ted shot it out of the park on this one.
Yo, Smalls.
Ted,
I don't think you understand how perfect this is.
No, why is it? That's
This
legit.
convinces me I need to wear the orange. I look good in orange. I look good in orange. Orange is going to be good for business. Bobby Roode.
Oh my gosh, dude. That is completely. Wow.
Bobby Roode.
Are you gonna take your Bobby Roode photo in that outfit?
I'm gonna have to look at that outfit. I'm gonna have to look at Bobby Roode's picture because that one was just too clean. Clean. Yo, that is a great picture.
Jesus Christ.
Bobby Roode.
Willy Wonka's nephews.
Yo, why is that so clean?
Yo, he made it perfect. Yo, like the neck and everything. You would think that's a real photo.
It looks like a real photo. Bobby Roode. You know what?
Ted, your next project, Ted, is to Photoshop Wise's face on the Bobby Roode picture.
I'm gonna find a way to put this on Instagram. This needs to be on Instagram. This is great stuff here. This is some great ass shit.
Oh my god. That is.
Oh god. All right. Okay. All right. What are we gonna move into? We're gonna leave that picture there, though.
No, it's the whole show. That's like the
yeah. I just can't stop.
That might be the new avatar.
I honestly can't stop looking at it.
That might be the new avatar for the Twitter.
You know what? We could put it as the background. Yeah, we could put it as the background picture, right?
What's the background?
Not the background, but the header thing.
The background is the Mark Henry signature. We could change it.
No, yeah, and put this as that, and just have Mark Henry right in the middle of it. It'd be perfect.
That made my day right there.
Why the fuck not? This is, you know, I'm putting that on Instagram.
Gotta put it on it. This completely derailed the show. Ted just shut it down.
Here it is right here. This is great stuff.
Ted shut it down, man.
Is there a way I can save this thing so that?
Oh my god! Please go to the Twitter. Please go to the CAC show Twitter right now. Just go to the CAC show Twitter.
Let's see. That's perfect. That's perfect. That is perfect. By the way, if you're not subscribed here, go on ahead and hit that subscribe button, drop the like, all that good stuff. Because Smo's gonna do some work on here. I promise you. I'm not promising you that. But that's perfect. That is perfect. I love it. Okay, so let's get to WWE. I can't stop looking at the picture, Smalls.
How did WWE start this week?
Let's talk about. We didn't talk about Battle. Well, I made my review for Battlegrounds. Oh my goodness, Jesus interception. So, I need to know your thoughts. Everybody knows my thoughts on Battleground. What are yours, Bobby Roode?
I thought it was a waste of a pay-per-view. I thought it was just like a Monday Night Raw. I mean, I don't think they really did anything, and I understand why people were asking for refunds because that. There was no finish.
This one, yeah, they should have asked for a refund. The other one,
why is the Big Show doing all this? Like, that's a Monday Night Raw segment.
Let me ask you this question, because it seems like a lot of people thought that Night of Champions was worse than this. What's your opinion on that assessment?
Night of Champions,
Bobby Roode.
No, Night of Champions wasn't worse. At least we have a finish.
Mm-hmm. Like, why is there so much bad taste for Night of Champions? I don't get it.
The fast count, maybe.
But does that destroy the whole pay-per-view?
It's the last. Remember, that's the last thing people see.
Everybody's like, "Oh, worst pay-per-view of forever."
Oh god, Battleground. That Curtis Axel R-Truth match. Oh.
Talking about that's what they were saying for Night of Champions, but for Battlegrounds was fucking unwatchable.
Battleground was unwatchable.
Like,
Battleground was bad.
I'm trying to. The RVD and Del Rio match, that was pretty good.
I liked it.
Shield and the Rhodes brothers.
That was a great fucking match.
Great shit there.
That was
that,
great match.
you could just piss during the whole show.
What else happened? AJ Lee.
Piss.
True. I love R-Truth to death, but him and Axel just did not put on a great show.
I honestly don't even know what I was doing at that time. I honestly don't know what I was doing. I don't think I was
Dean
watching.
Ambrose didn't defend his title.
Nope. He's just a common man.
Working hard for the man. Yeah.
He's a man. Yeah, great ass music.
So yeah.
I'm trying to pull this thing up on my phone so that I could screen cap it and put it on Instagram. I'm having problems with this. But so yeah, what were your full thoughts about Battlegrounds?
It sucked. It sucked.
CM Punk versus Dick Ryback?
Probably the worst. That's probably the worst CM Punk match I've ever seen.
Why?
I just didn't like it. I don't know if it was Ryback. I don't know if it was Punk.
Ryback was doing all of the heavy work in this match.
Yeah, but the match was just not good.
Is it because of the ending?
The ending was whatever, but like,
I think it was pretty damn cheap.
it was. It's
It,
just
it was a cop-out ending, and also sometimes I wish that I can book some of this stuff. Because if you have Paul Heyman interfere and be the reason why CM Punk loses, then that sets up something for Hell in a Cell, and they can have the match where if CM Punk beats Ryback, he gets Paul Heyman in the cage for a little while.
Yeah.
Why the fuck not? This storyline is at its dead end. It needs to stop. It's been going on for too long now. We can't hold it off till Brock comes back. So just get the fucking guy in the cage. You're not going to get a chance for him to have the cage out anymore anytime soon. Do it. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But we get this finished with a low blow.
We get the finish with the low blow.
CM Punk
We
wins.
gotta talk about Ryback later because he's gone full dick mode. I don't know if you saw the article, but
He's back to Dick Ryback?
I mean, he's really bad Dick Ryback. Like, he Dick Ryback the whole Abu Dhabi media.
Smalls, there needs to be no reason to wait for this. We got to do this now.
Now? Okay, so let me...
Dick Ryback. Yeah, hold up.
Well, if everybody follows Ryback on Twitter...
Smalls, before you start, we got to set the mood. Okay? We got to set the mood. So, don't mind me. I'm just pulling up some things. We got to start this thing correctly.
Pull it up.
Feed me more. Feed me more. Feed me more.
Smalls, what did Ryback do to the Abu Dhabis?
So there were I put a couple videos in the chat you didn't watch. There was a couple videos where he just is not interested in media. He was being an asshole to people. He just did not interested at all.
Legit?
Legit. There is legit. So this is let me take you back. Richard Gray, who writes for Wrestling News World.
Yeah, we're gonna
lower the music. Lower the music.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it going. Keep it going.
Kill the music. Kill the music.
You gotta kill it.
Kill it.
How about like right here?
All right.
How about right here? That's cool.
Can you kill the music?
I'm gonna do it right there.
Kill the music.
Smalls, I want to do it right there.
I don't want a copyright strike.
Nah, this is clean. That one's clean. We can use that one.
All right.
I use it in all my videos.
Richard Gray from WrestlingNewsWorld.com. Him and Ryback have some beef, and it started at 2 a.m. this morning.
Who? Richard who?
Richard Gray. He's a writer for WrestlingNewsWorld.com. He actually writes really good articles.
Can he beat Ryback?
Obviously not. So, out of
There's
nowhere, Ryback tweets him, "I understand your miserable existence of living in your own skin, but try to get a life. You suck as a fan and as a human. By the way, nice chin."
Hold up.
Go to Ryback's Twitter.
Hold up. First of all, I had to fart.
We heard
Second, after that fart came out, Why did Ryback assault this man's chin?
Because he has a butt chin.
I actually dig the butt chin. I want the Vince McMahon chin.
Oh.
I'm black and I want the butt chin. Is there anything wrong with that?
Odds favor the big guy. I have 2 chins
Can
to
you?
aim for.
I want the John Cena chiseled chin.
Wow. That's some heavy duty chin action.
That's some quality chin work right there.
You do
You can't-
realize that we've had a neck conversation and a chin conversation in the past hour.
I wonder what we're gonna go for next. We got to talk about Cesaro's nipples later. We just got to bring it home. We got to bring it all together. Why? So, all right. So Ryback's talking about this man's chin.
Yeah, he says he's an asshole. All because this leads to a story where Ryback, it was all based on Ryback, on how Ryback's been booked the past year. So this whole article was
Back
based.
to him bullying the random people.
I'm sorry.
Does this go back to him bullying the random people on Twitter?
Let me get to that. Oh yeah, I'll get to that. But I guess it's this guy. The reason he's getting picked on by the Dick Ryback is that he wrote an article saying,
I need Ryback to change his Twitter name to Dick Ryback. We have to find a way to make this happen.
So I guess he was saying that the way they've booked him, he's not. Nobody saw him as a top guy, but he looked like a top guy. So they didn't want to put him over CM Punk and book him confidently last year. Then when the Feed Me More was hot, it was invalidated by jobs at Hell in the Cell, Survivor Series, and TLC.
Mm-hmm.
Then he put over Mark Henry.
Mm-hmm.
So the momentum was all gone. So they turned a heel turn.
Mm-hmm.
So Ryback.
This is an article, right?
This is a whole article talking
Okay.
about how Ryback was pretty much given the Rocket Man push like Sheamus was.
Mm-hmm.
Just thrown into the top card, given random feuds with Cena, but not.
With top guys.
But WWE didn't see him as a viable WWE champion. I think that's what pissed off Ryback. Is that he said WWE didn't see him as a viable champion, but they needed a stopgap main eventer and present a believable challenge. He was booked without confidence at Extreme Rules and Payback.
But yeah, I personally think that I just think it was bad time. Cena actually killed Ryback's momentum,
Yeah.
and I say that in a different sense than what you're probably thinking. When Cena got injured, that killed Ryback's momentum.
Really?
Because yes, without that Cena injury, Ryback doesn't have to wrestle CM Punk. He doesn't have to do that job.
So,
I said as soon as they booked that match, I said this shit is going to kill Ryback's momentum.
So as it came down, he got joined with Paul Heyman, and as of many reporters, it came down to Big E and Ryback. They went with Ryback. So that's the job. Now he lost to Ryback to CM
But
Punk.
they were thinking about sticking Big E with Heyman.
Yeah.
Really, that'd be interesting.
And he says,
I think Ryback's a better fit.
Ryback was given the Chris Jericho fucking lollipop, and he couldn't. And the match sucked, and that proved to the WWE officials, I guess, he wasn't a top guy. That's what he's saying. And then, of course, Ryback has problems outside the ring. A lack of maturity, he says, about Ryback, and the ability to handle a top spot.
Now, is he like what source is he speaking from?
This
though?
guy has very, 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 very good insider scoops. He knows people in the back. So obviously now he goes down this chain of events that apparently have happened with the Ryback. Back in February, the Ryback was upset and was, very outspoken to the creative team that he was not challenging for the World Heavyweight title at Mania against Del Rio. He was very mad about that.
Why would he be challenging Del Rio for that?
Because he wanted to have he thought he would have put himself in the World Heavyweight title picture because he was doing all these jobs.
So put him in there because why the fuck not?
So then he wanted to turn heel because he was very outspoken and upset about the booking of his character.
I can understand that, but you don't just slap a fucking world title. Like nobody would have seen that coming.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see a match coming with him and Del Rio at Mania?
Maybe him and maybe him and Big Show, but then they decided to put the title on Del Rio. Big Show Ryback makes sense because you could do the moment where he picks him up and all that.
Okay.
But not Del Rio Ryback makes absolutely no sense. Then we go a little further. April 16th. This is after Mania. This is on the way to Extreme Rules. Ryback got a little too personal in his program with John Cena and brought up his highly publicized Twitter divorce. I mean, his divorce on Twitter to his ex-wife. Of course, remember that funny tweet? Watching the pain on Cena's face was worth standing back for. Funny, the two things he says I lack, his ex-wife seems to love. Ryback rules.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, taking low blows to the top guy in the company, I don't think that's good. Tweet later deleted. Next month, after that, you know, that double count out or whatever they had, and then they're on their way to payback. Ryback pissed off Vince McMahon with a promo that proclaimed he was going to take the entire audience to the morgue with John Cena.
The fuck?
Remember he said that he came out of the ambulance and said all that?
I don't remember him saying the morgue thing with the
I don't
crowd,
remember
but
him saying that.
oh, I'm not denying it. I just don't remember it.
So then in June,
Is that when he first made the beanie popping?
Yeah.
Like his beanie.
yeah, his beanie was popping.
Okay.
But then Bork took his beanie. So then
Nah.
in June,
Bork started the beanie.
then in June, this is where it gets a little crazy. There was an issue where Ryback broke kayfabe on live television that got him a lot of heat. And he apparently in the back he also complained about Daniel Bryan for working stiff. Daniel Bryan
He complained about Daniel Bryan for working stiff.
working stiff.
Oh, Ryback.
Now we move up to September 23rd, which was a couple weeks ago, and this whole event actually hit the waves, and Ryback actually said it did happen on a radio station. There was an incident backstage at WWE Raw with Punk and Ryback, and you remember that Raw was in Chicago, and Ryback was supposed
See,
to...
I heard an interview where Ryback said nothing happened backstage, everything's all good.
No, he said, I can't believe... No, what he said was, I can't believe that got out, but everything's okay now in the back. Which basically is saying it did happen, but everything's cool.
See, now I heard a different...
I heard the actual radio interview that he did. So.
No, I heard an interview with him talking.
Oh, well, there was this radio station that they put it up. And
It's probably two different interviews. One denial, of course.
And then the Dick Ryback was like, okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, the whole event was the whole Chicago Raw, where he flipped Punk and threw him on the table, but kind of missed the table.
Mm-hmm.
But Ryback went to the back and told the producer that Punk should have bumped better.
Hold on, time out.
Punk found out about what Ryback said, and it resulted in words being exchanged backstage, and Punk wanting to fight the Ryback.
Hey, I feel him. I mean, Ryback is still considered by a lot to be green. CM Punk is very well seasoned.
Yeah.
How do you, a green guy who has really proven nothing, say that CM Punk, of all people, should have bumped better? What? What? That man is drugged. That man is drugged.
Can you imagine CM Punk running around the back of Raw being, "Where the fuck are you at, Ryan?"
Wow. Actually, I can. I can imagine it.
Where is he?
That's what he does.
Come here, motherfucker.
That is exactly what he does. But how do you build the like? There needs to be some humbling. Until you prove something in the WWE, you need to be fucking humble. To at least be humble to somebody that has proven
Now,
something.
do you think that
because they can
do you
teach?
think Ryback? Do you think Punk kind of like stiffed the match a little bit because of that with him and Ryback?
I didn't see Punk working stiff. You saw him working stiff in that match?
I see Punk wasn't giving it as all. I don't think Punk was going as hard as he could. The Punk
I
that
don't think
faced
I don't think he was really working to put him over like he usually does with guys.
Punk Brock. The way Punk took that match is completely
Yeah, and that was what I was saying in my review.
that
Like,
just completely was like, okay. I mean, he didn't give Ryback any shine.
yeah. All right, I see what you're saying
You know what
now.
I'm saying? Then the last event, which actually happened this morning, we were made aware of problematic behavior regarding Ryback in the local Abu Dhabi media. Wassam from Super A interviewed him, and Ryback interacted very poorly. and was uninterested in doing media for the event. Nimmer said it was so bad that he actually reached out to the WWE office and about how Ryback was the worst WWE media appearance that he's ever done.
Smalls, I want the orange suit. I need to interview Dick Ryback.
Do you even think he'll be on the card next year?
With the orange suit. I need to do it in my life.
You're going to interview Ryback in the orange suit.
Yes.
Let's do it.
I need you in the background ad-libbing Bobby Roode.
He's off the chain.
For no reason, though. No reason. I just need to see Ryback's face. Dick Ryback, no selling CM Punk. That, oh, wow. And no selling saying Daniel Bryan was working stiff. Daniel Bryan works stiff. That's what he does.
Which probably led to why Ryback, like, remember that whole gauntlet that Ryback grabbed him and just threw him on the ground?
Instead of the table?
Yeah.
Well,
remember that?
Yeah.
That's probably, it was like, hey.
You don't think that was just a botch?
He caught him.
I mean,
Can Ryback do a Hurricane Rana?
I'll never say never. Fucking Cena tries it.
Maybe he could have done a Hurricane Rana and Daniel Bryan could have ran up to the thing and done the same spot again. It would have looked a lot better.
Ryback, man, he's green. I think that here's what I think. WWE gave him that push to the moon, right?
Right.
That gets to people's heads a lot of times. Mm-hmm. So he's probably thinking like, all right, I'm a made man. I already got it made. So he thinks maybe he's bulletproof and he could just say and do whatever the hell he wants and it's no big deal. Because they've given him this spoiled treatment. Sometimes wrestlers get spoiled.
Yep.
And this, if all reports are true, this seems to be the case.
Yep. That's
too bad.
Yeah. It's it sucks. Ryback is I mean, his character right now is hilarious. I just don't see where he goes. Oh, and Ryback's biggest feud right now is with the internet. He in every interview he did in Abu Dhabi, he complained about the internet. So I think that's his. It's Ryback versus the internet at WrestleMania 30.
Oh my goodness.
So, speaking of entitled and spoiled, Eva Marie made her television debut on Monday Night Raw. It's a perfect transition, Wiza.
I'm just saying, God damn it, because Eva Marie, what the fuck?
First off, I don't like her outfit.
It makes her look fat, right?
I don't know if it's that. It just looks weird. I mean, with the hair, it's the red, orange, white combination I'm not a fan of.
Smalls, I'm about to put this picture on Twitter.
Is it?
It's the best I could do. Until somebody could find me a link that I could do. It's gonna have. All right, there we go. Let's put this thing up on Twitter. This is great stuff.
So.
This happened. Okay, I'll let you know when it's up there. But yeah, Eva Marie.
She worked a
match.
A six-diva tag team match with Natalya, JoJo versus Alicia Fox, Rosa Mendes, and Oksana. Eva Marie. The first thing I think Bill DeMott would have taught you is psychology. How are you going to take front bump, scoop slam,
and no sell all of it?
Considering it's your first ever match. Your first ever match. Nope. You're coming out strong. You're coming out from the gusto. The second thing is the corner work. I get the tag in. Okay, you fucked up the tag in because it looks like JoJo was supposed to be tagged in. And she botched it. Then, when the tag is made, Wiza, she gets up and goes through the middle rope like nothing happened.
Smalls, how do we not teach this woman to sell?
She's still
like, you gotta at least know. Does she watch wrestling? Or maybe she thinks that all wrestling is a shoot, and she says, "Oh, that doesn't really hurt. Let me just keep getting up."
You know what? I mean,
How do we not teach these women psycho? Where I'm blaming this whole entire thing on Fit Finley. Where is Fit Finley?
and you're saying that based off the Tara interview, right?
I don't think I saw the Terry interview.
Oh, she was talking about how Fit Finley actually made the girls hit and work stiff and actually
Oh
excel.
yeah. But I heard a lot of reports on that. Trish, I listened to. She was Fit Finley was the main one working with Trish. I was listening to that on the Steve Austin podcast. Lita, all of those girls, they all talk about how Fit Finley is the ones that taught them wrestling moves, wrestling holds, psychology, how to play to the crowd. Taught them all of that stuff.
Yeah.
How to have a good match, how to work stiff. Just taught them the business.
Mm-hmm.
Bill DeMott has always come off bad to a lot of people. And if he's the one working with the women and they're looking this terrible, maybe they should look at having Fit Finley with those women. I don't know if he's not there anymore. No, he is back, right? He went to the Indies. He did ROH for a little bit and he came back, right?
I believe so, but with Sarah Del Rey down there and everything, I mean, I would think.
But Sarah Del Rey's never been on that main stage. It's different on that main stage.
I mean, still, but
And again, the WWE isn't backing they're not backing the divas. Back then, they backed the hell out of those divas.
I'm still confused why, like, Eva Marie. Well, the reports are saying that Meltzer reported that they put her out there on purpose just to humble her.
Oh, that's what we wanted to get to. We was going to transition from that to the report.
The match was awful, and then the corner work. I mean, why were they both standing on the same side? Why were they standing on the same side?
Smalls. At least Natalia could have told her, "Hey, dumbass, get back over there."
Hey, dumbass. Hey,
Or maybe this was to make bring them both down, a little bit.
I have a question though. Who on the Divas roster now could, if they did that again, who would give her a stiff one? I don't think Alicia Fox would give her a stiff one. There's nobody on the roster. Natalia, but Natalia's been teaming with them. Like, there's nobody who was like, if they saw that, they're no-selling the moves.
They're all too fucking friendly with each other. Maybe Tamina.
That's the only person I can think of that would actually, because she's from the old school.
Yeah, Tamina would stiff it.
Tamina would be like, "You bitch." Boom!
I can't see anybody else.
Eva Marie would roll out of the ring so fast.
If Beth Phoenix was still there, she would definitely.
Yeah. But if Tamina hit her for real, Eva Marie would roll out of the ring so quick and call medical attention. It would not even be funny. And she would
put up the X's herself.
She would complain backstage about Tamina Snuka. And then they would laugh at her.
We set that up, bitch.
I mean, I don't know, man. Eva Marie. And then they had another match on SmackDown, which was a lot cleaner because Eva Marie only did one move and tagged out. So it was a lot better. Roll up, then she did like a cartwheel, and then like an arm, work the arm a little bit, and then tagged out.
All right. So what did the report? What did Meltzer say about her? Let's go to that article.
Okay, let's see. Eva Marie. So she has a lot of heat backstage on her, according to, and she's not very well liked, which I can tell because she like half-ass hugs everybody in the ring and then like is already on the apron before even hugging somebody. I'm like, she doesn't like anybody. I guess they put her on the TV to set her down a peg and feels that she has an undeserved ego and doesn't realize how much she needs to learn. Because apparently, if you can botch a roll-up and, I guess, tag somebody in, you could be a number one contender according to Eva Marie.
I was just about to say that. Now let's explain to them where this whole number one contender thing came from.
There was a WWE app interview with Natalya and Eva Marie. That Natalya feels she should be the number one contender. And then Eva Marie said that she should be the number one contender. And then Natalya gave her a look like, "Are you serious?"
She says she should be the number one contender because why the fuck not? Everybody else is getting a shot.
And then Natalya's like, "Show me a headlock takeover, at least."
She did say that.
Yeah. And
she did.
I think Eva Marie can only do a headlock takeover. I think that's the one move she's got down.
Smalls, can you imagine if Kong was there.
I'm scared for Eva Marie if Karma showed up. Because Karma is, worked in Japan, and Japan is super stiff. I mean, and Karma can work, and Karma will
throw her all around that fucking ring.
I think Karma would spear her through the stairs.
Damn. Through the stairs?
Yes. I think Karma would legit hurt her.
Oh my goodness.
She might powerbomb her through the Spanish announce table.
I believe it. I believe they need to bring her back. Oh my god.
Can you imagine if Karma hit her finisher and Eva Marie is still rolling around and selling
no
selling death.
If she no sells the implant buster, shit's gonna get real.
Karma looks at her like, okay.
She would hit her with the power bomb.
Grabs her by the hair, pulls her back out of the ring, and then power bomb.
She would rip the red out of her hair.
Yes.
She would literally rip the red out of her hair. Just the red.
Sign of the week, though, was in SmackDown during the Eva Marie match. Somebody had a sign that says Eva Marie loves lamp, which is a pun towards the Anchorman character. Which is
I never saw Anchorman.
Oh, okay.
No, I saw it, but I couldn't get into it. So
I love lamp, and it's just basically calling her retarded.
Okay. Now explain to the people, because a lot of people didn't catch the joke that was it JBL said about not JBL. I'm sorry. On Twitter. About Eva Marie, pink and green doesn't mix, or something.
That was hilarious.
Because I looked at the responses, people were just like,
they didn't catch it.
Go for it.
So TNA Creative, or was it WWE Creative-ish? I don't know. One of those parody accounts.
That one was WWE Creative.
Okay. They said I got something about pink and green because obviously Eva Marie wore the breast cancer shirt. And green is not an actual color she wears. Green is the terminology for a wrestler who is rookie. Like, I consider myself very green. Eva Marie is, at least I can do 4 moves. Eva Marie has a headlock takeover.
I think she just got a headlock. Probably don't even got the takeover part.
I think she has the arm also. She could twist the arm around a little bit.
Yeah.
She can do that. And then bring it to the corner. She can do that. Oksana had to help her with a roll-up. Even though the roll-up is...
learned absolutely nothing from SummerSlam Access up until now.
Because she's literally on the road all the time and not training.
Whose fault is that she ain't training? They got to have time to train.
That's WWE's fault. I don't think she wants to train. I don't think she wants to be a wrestler. She just wants to be a valet.
Well, all right.
She thinks she has mic work.
No, not from what I saw when they first brought out the Divas for Total Divas, and she did that thing with Jerry Lawler.
No,
hell no.
She thinks she can be like she can be a valet and talk like Summer Rae and stuff.
Personally, she should do nothing but model and possibly just come out and just be a valet and don't say nothing. Don't take a bump. Don't
just stand by somebody.
She would no sell a Bork bump.
She would no sell the F5.
She would no sell it. Yes.
She would roll out of the ring.
She's gonna do a ring escape.
Yep.
She got 3 ring escapes left in her.
It was so funny as we were at wrestling practice, and it was literally like that came up, and they were like, "Oh God, that handicap match with Natalia." That's
wow. That's pretty much what it was.
It was sad. Like, it was just like, why? Like, there's so many good workers in the back, and you do that. It's like, what is it trying to prove?
What's weird is I didn't even notice that Rosa Mendez was in that match.
She's blonde now.
I didn't even know it was her.
Neither did Jerry Lawler.
He no-sold her?
Yeah, he didn't know it was Rosa Mendez.
Oh, goodness. Great job, WWE. Okay, so she has heat because she's not getting along with the women in the back. She feels entitled, and they brought her out there just to bring her down a peg or two. Mm-hmm. What else did we get in wrestling this week?
Big Show getting knocked out.
Big Show knocking out Triple H?
Big Show knocking out Triple H.
So tell me about this. Like,
it was not a great week.
One thing I did see was Big Show was fired.
And then he laughed about it and came back. And got his music dropped.
He comes back with his music and tights.
Yes.
That doesn't look to me like somebody that's been fired.
Not only did Triple H say that he could possibly have a broken jaw and a concussion, but he said he's going to have Big Show arrested for assault.
Smalls. This man just took on Brock Lesnar in the Hell in a Cell match, Smalls. You telling me Big Show punching him in the face, he has to get that young man arrested?
Young man.
He just had 3 matches with Bork. And he gonna go on ahead and get that young man arrested for punching him in the face, though?
That's what he does. He's a corporate heel now.
So basically, Triple H is being bullied.
Triple H is being bullied right now.
Do you think he's gonna call on Ryback?
Maybe.
Ryback doesn't like bullies.
Ryback doesn't like bullies.
Have we had Ryback and Big Show?
Nope.
There it is. Book it. Honestly, I don't know what the fuck is going on in WWE. I can't make. I like to try to make sense of their stuff and try to build my own storyline from it in ways in which they could go here to here. Right now, I can't pencil anything that they're doing together, and that's not a good thing. We like the element of surprise,
Right.
but the surprise that they're giving us absolutely sucks. They're losing rate. Speaking of ratings, John Cena. We'll get to John Cena.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That also happened.
But their ratings are plummeting, not because John Cena's not there and Vince McMahon isn't on TV. That's not going to spike your ratings. You've killed the shit that was bringing the people in. There was a huge buzz about all the stuff that was going on with Daniel Bryan. It was probably bringing a new viewership, even during Monday Night Football time. Mm-hmm. And they've absolutely shat on it by just completely overkilling and not knowing what to do. Like, were they trying to swerve the internet community so much that they swerved themselves? What the fuck happened here?
I think they were just...
Watch this.
I don't know. It just seems like they don't want to put the title on him, and they're trying to find every way not to put a title on him.
You think that's legit?
It looks that way. They feel like Randy Orton needs to have that title for some reason. They feel like Daniel Bryan... There's somebody in the back.
It's been known that Vince McMahon has always said, if someone gets hot, you create... All right, no. That's what he said. I was listening to it on the Austin show. And he said Vince McMahon's logic was always, you create your number one guy. No matter who it is, if it's your guy, you create that guy and you fucking put all the fucking fire under his ass and you shoot him to the moon. And that'll be the guy that builds your company. So being that this isn't a Vince McMahon created project here, do you think that might be the reason?
Maybe. Same thing happened with Zack Ryder.
Yeah. But
Punk's the only one that kind of pushed through it.
There was nothing he could do about that.
Yeah.
There was nothing he can do about that because Punk had the ability to be able to walk. And he was the hottest thing. And his contract was over. Right. They had to do what they... But then, if you notice, to kill his momentum, what did they do? Stick him in there with Triple H. Think about that. They tried to kill his momentum. And they actually kind of succeeded.
Yeah.
Right now, he's popular just on his name value.
Right.
Nothing dealing with WWE and their push. WWE hasn't pushed them. Sure, they put the title on him, but that was probably in the contract.
Right.
Give me a meaningful title push or I'm out of here. And they did it.
Yeah. So it's just one of those things where Vince McMahon, I honestly think it's one of those things that Vince doesn't like to be proven wrong in a way. It's like he always wants to be right. So he will push a guy down just to say, see, I told you, goddammit, he couldn't draw. Well, it's not him. It's the fact that you pushed him down the fucking ladder like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem. You know, Vince is set on his guys. He loves Cena, Orton, and Sheamus. He loves those guys to fucking
death. Know why? Because Sheamus is a home built thing there. They built him up at home. So I can understand.
Sheamus, yeah, I mean, but does anybody care that Sheamus is gone?
Nope. I think Sheamus is the only one that cares that Sheamus is gone. You hear nothing about Sheamus. Were they rushing to get Sheamus back? Nope. Gotta get Cena back. What do you think? What do you think about about Cena's injury. They said, what did they say, 4 to 6 months or something like that? Something stupid like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that they overhyped that
I
time
think they do it on purpose. I
in order
think
to
they
bring him
do.
back?
Oh, yeah. 100% they do. I know for a fact they do.
Speak on it, because that's just what.
They will
As soon as y'all
overdo.
told me that, that's the first thing that came to my
They will
mind. I said
always.
they
They'll
a lot.
always over. I mean, it's wrestling for Christ's sakes, right? I mean, they bill guys who are 260 at 310. It's just like guys who are 6 flat. They'll list them at 6'3". It's a bigger thing. Cena, I don't. He had obviously an elbow surgery, maybe in the tricep area. He worked fucking hard. I'm not going to take that away from him. He worked like an animal to get back and healthy. I mean, I respect that man's work ethic. But they do make it longer than it should be just to have that shock factor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then there's guys like Sheamus who legit have to take a lot of time off, and they want to save Sheamus for WrestleMania, the WrestleMania push. There's no reason for Sheamus to come back at Survivor Series or anything because he can just come back at the Rumble and get the same deal.
Or if they have no reason to bring him up, like they have nothing for that person, then they can keep him off of TV as long as they want.
Right. Do
The
you think this storyline took a tank because Vince said all hands on Cena's story?
What do you mean?
This whole corporation storyline kind of went fizzled because they told the guys, hey, Cena's going to be back here, so come up with something for Cena.
So do you think they blackballed it, sabotaged it?
I don't know. I think it's a mix of...
No, I'm saying, is that what you're asking me?
Yeah, do you think it was semi like, okay, take some attention off of this. You guys come over here. We got to write a Del Rio Cena story here.
Honestly, Vince is... I'm not saying this from any... I have no experience with anything, but just on knowing how WWE works and from what I've seen, and also what, like shoot interviews and things that you hear from wrestlers that have worked with Vince, even in Bob Holly's book, they say that Vince wants you to build your own fucking gimmick and get it over. You have to be the one to get your gimmick over. Work your ass off, and it'll get over if you do it. But he then calls it a crock of bullshit. For example, Zack Ryder. Yeah. Perfect example of a guy that made his own character, got the shit over, and got it buried. Mm-hmm. It wasn't Vince's. Mm-hmm. There's been tons of stories where guys have tried to get themselves over on their own gimmick, something that they pitched, and if it actually does get hot, it ends up buried for no one ever knows the reason. So I wouldn't put it past them that he actually possibly said. I don't think Vince is all that invested into wrestling. I think that, like, he's made his money. I don't want to say it because it just all sounds bad, but he's made his money. He's probably not as invested in it because he doesn't see a Stone Cold Steve Austin popping up anymore. He doesn't see the 6.0, the 8.0 ratings coming anymore. Nobody sees those coming anymore. So maybe he's not as invested in WWE as he once was and is now just riding the fumes and just trying to keep it so that it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Because he wants to keep sponsors. But if it goes too bad, then the sponsors go away, you lose that big chunk of money. So that's when they get into that panic when it's dropping a bit rapidly. All right, let's get this shit back up. Right. Because there's so much stuff that is just so easy to say, well, if you just do this, and this, people are going to fucking watch. Mm-hmm. But he doesn't fucking care to do the shit. None of them fucking cares. But then you see that stuff is getting over, and then it's like they purposely fuck it up. This Daniel Bryan thing was like, nobody saw that this could possibly be fucked up. It was impossible to fuck this up. They fucked it up. How do they do that?
They fucked it up, man. I mean, the storyline, it's just like, Triple H and Stephanie coming off like...
They didn't even manage to build...
They need an identity. It's like, I feel like they're heels one week and their faces the next week.
We have nobody standing up to Stephanie.
That'll happen. That'll happen very soon. Maybe it'll be the Bella Twins.
The reason why I don't think it'll happen is because they don't put the divas over.
Total Divas. Total Divas puts the Divas over.
Oh, they definitely will not try to have Stephanie upstaged on Total Divas.
Never.
Hell no. Oh, speaking of which, did you read that that whole thing with Stephanie getting that Eva Marie on Total Divas was just, a whole like she thought it was legit?
Yeah, it was just for the show.
No, 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 no,
But
no.
she thought it was real.
It was something that was recorded. Well, not recorded. It was something that happened before that, and they just pretty much rehashed it and did it on the show as a as a rehash.
Gotcha.
But it was something that they did before that, where Stephanie wanted to bring her down a peg, and they said Eva Marie was freaking crying and everything.
Wow.
This was I think it was in that same Meltzer report.
What was it?
I think so, because it was. I read what you read, and it was at the very end.
Oh, okay.
About it, but I say that to say this. I hope that someone brings Stephanie down to pay, whether it be Big Show or whoever. Somebody,
Is there a chick that could do it? Is there a girl that could do it?
It could be a guy. Could you imagine Daniel Bryan or Daniel Bryan? Like, let's say she starts getting under the skin of Brie Bella or somebody. Daniel Bryan or Brie Bella, one of the two. Like, they just dump like a can of fucking shit on her or something. Just something. Just something to clown her a little bit, like they used to do. They used to do like drop fucking food from the ceiling on people for no reason. Because why the fuck not? That's the only thing that a guy can do to her. And Stephanie's not gonna. I don't think Stephanie's gonna be taking any bumps or anything. She's way like, I say 90 bumps. I mean, like, even by the Divas. She's just way too up there right now. I don't see her taking any bumps.
Right.
So I say the only thing they can do is just drop some shit on her. Literally
drop feces on her.
Drop feces on her from my bed.
Wow.
They contact me.
Jesus.
But yeah, that's the only thing I see that they could do with her. Triple H is, he doesn't mind taking this.
Do you care for a Triple H versus Daniel Bryan match at WrestleMania?
Not at WrestleMania.
That's what it looks like it's lining up towards.
Maybe before Rumble. It can't do that on the main stage. No, man.
I think that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna do Bryan versus
Triple H shouldn't. Fuck, man. He shouldn't be on any more WrestleMania match. When's the last time Triple H sat out a WrestleMania match?
I'll tell you. It hasn't been in a while.
And he's not even a fucking. He's not supposed to be an active wrestler. Storyline, he's not supposed to be an active. Well, no, legit, he's not supposed to be an active wrestler. But when's the last time he sat out a fucking fucking WrestleMania?
Let's see. 29, he had a match. 28, he had a match.
27, he had a match.
26, he faced Orton, didn't he? Or he faced Sheamus. 25, he faced Orton. Mania 24. WrestleMania 24, he faced Randy Orton and John Cena in a triple threat.
So he hasn't set out any WrestleMania.
WrestleMania 23. He was not involved in WrestleMania 23.
Really?
Yeah.
Injury
That's it. WrestleMania 23. Triple H was not there. He was not there in 2007.
Hold up. The Bobby Roode picture. How did you not tell me? I wasn't looking. Look at the picture. I got to put that up. That's clean.
He was at 22.
That is clean.
He was at 21. He was in the main event at 21, too. Batista versus Triple H. He was at 20. Yeah, he hasn't. The only one he missed was 07, I think.
And this is supposed to be the COO. I mean, you don't see Vince doing all this shit. Vince usually stays, behind the scenes.
Triple H is still like.
But that's the thing. He doesn't need to be. Get the fucking active wrestlers over. You're the pastime. Nope. Unless you're putting guys over. Triple H shouldn't be winning any of these WrestleMania matches.
What happens if he put Daniel Bryan over? I don't think it doesn't do anything for Daniel Bryan.
I don't like it because it's like, wow, the Patriots just came back and won.
Yep.
I don't like it because it's like, I gotta be the guy that puts the guy over. Why you? Why do you always have to have your hands on shit? Keep your hands in your pockets. I mean, what the fuck? No, I don't like the match. I don't like Triple H in any match.
We'll get back to WrestleMania 30 in a little bit with all these new upcomings coming, and I want to get your opinion on some, but let's just cover Damian Sandow real quick. Sandow is teasing a face turn. He faced Alberto Del Rio on SmackDown. And
Is it another one of those because why the fuck nots?
and then Del Rio just was playing the ultimate heel. And yeah, I guess it was to get Sandow a little. Sandow tapped out to the armbar after a heel move. And yeah, I guess they want to turn Sandow face.
Can you tell me the last time that Sandow had a win on SmackDown or Raw?
The Miz roll up when Fandango's music hit in Toronto.
What was that? 3 weeks?
Yeah, maybe longer.
Or when's the last time he had a clean win?
I couldn't tell you.
Well, Money in the Bank, WWE logic.
They love to. Why do they bury the Money in the Bank winners? I get the logic because we were told why. I mean, it's to make other people seem like new contenders. But you did that with Dolph Ziggler, and you have him lose in 2 months.
Sorry. Their logic make no sense to me. Like,
The last time he won October 1st, he won October 1st on Main Event. Do you
no,
want
I said on Raw or SmackDown.
Okay, he rolled up the Miz September 9th.
Keep going, clean. I'm looking for a clean one.
He beat Justin Gabriel on Main Event.
Main Event. All right.
Oh my God, I'm still scrolling. He beat Sin Cara. Nope, that was Main Event, June 10th. There it is. His last clean victory was against R-Truth on June 10th. June 10th.
Was it on Raw or SmackDown?
Raw. It is now October 13th at the time of this recording.
Wow. Think about that. Let that settle in.
That's 5 months.
Let that settle in.
5 months.
Money in the Bank winner.
5 months.
That might have been before Money in the Bank, is it?
That was before Money in the Bank.
Let that settle in. He hasn't had a clean victory on Raw or SmackDown since winning Money in the Bank.
That's true. You're right. He's won the briefcase and hasn't won the Miz.
It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't. Why? Like, give him something. Any momentum? That, like Randy Orton. All right.
Do you think it's kind of like one of those things like in the back? Do you think somebody walks in and is like, you know what? We got Damian covered. We got to get all these other guys up there. So just have him lose because he's already going to have the briefcase.
But they're having him lose to nobodies.
You want to run off the list of who he's lost to in the past 4 months?
Go for it.
Del Rio, Ziggler, Big Show, RVD, Santino, R-Truth, RVD, Miz and Rhodes, Sin Cara, Cody Rhodes, Christian, Randy Orton, Christian, Brodus Clay, Sweet Tea, and Tensai. I mean, Brodus Clay, Sweet Tea, and the Khali. Christian,
Randy Orton got a push.
the Usos, Sheamus, Cody Rhodes, and Christian, Sheamus.
How many fucking losses he got?
And there you go. Now we get back to Monday Night Raw. Before that, do you want to even go before that? Let's go before that. Okay. His last win on TV before that was April 22nd against Brodus Clay. He lost to The Miz, R-Truth, Kofi Kingston, and Randy Orton in that time span on television. He's won twice on TV. Twice on the main broadcasts since April 22nd. Even better one. Okay, him and Cody Rhodes beat Santino and the Great Khali at the WrestleMania after show. The Monday night after Mania.
This is nuts. This is just nuts.
He's won 3 times. Okay, that's a tag team. So he's won on his own twice on Raw, since WrestleMania. Twice on Raw since WrestleMania. Twice. R-Truth, The Miz.
How many months has it been since WrestleMania now?
April.
Beginning of April, right?
April 7th.
7th.
April 7th.
So, yeah. April, May, June, July, August, September, October. 2 wins in 6 months.
On television.
One
One was a roll-up.
And one was a roll-up.
Off of Fandango interference. Or like music drop. Sandow's rap name, 2 wins.
WWE logic.
Brutal, right?
That, like, how do they want us to get invested in them? How
Sandow was supposed to cash in and fail as a heel, but I guess they turned him face and want him to win it now.
let us get invested in these guys
I
because
think
these
Sandow was getting invested in. I think people were digging Sandow.
but their WWE isn't letting us get invested. They're not. Like give the guy some wins. Let us. He's your Money in the Bank winner.
Yeah.
Can we get a reason to give a fuck about him? Like we give a fuck about him because we like him,
Right.
but they want to shove Santino down our throat. How about
It's
shove
because Santina's Italian. That's all it is.
Okay, and Sandow looks to be white. So what?
They'll push foreign guys. They'll put foreign guys over faster than Americans because they want the international. The Great Khali gets TV time.
I honestly don't think that even matters to people.
Oh, I think it matters to Vince and Vince only.
Yeah, to Vince, but I don't think it matters to people.
Yeah.
Like TNA, they don't do that shit. And when they go across seas, they get huge they get the huge audience.
Right.
Actually, I want a picture of their what is that? Their England audience. Is that England where they go?
Yeah.
I want a picture of that audience.
Oh, they sell out the whole arena.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. And they don't have to cater to nothing. And then when they do bring out when they were bringing out Magnus, it was just as a novelty. Like, here's Magnus also.
Yeah.
It's not like we're pushing them to the moon at the time.
But people were there to see Aries and Joe and Roode and Styles. Like,
yes, exactly. WWE logic.
anything else that's important you want to cover that happened on the WWE podcast on the WWE telecast?
Hell, I don't even know what happened on WWE, so no.
So, we'll cover this. I don't know if you know this. Last night, Bray Wyatt got injured at a house show.
I did read that. Has there been an update?
It's a calf injury, it seems, because I guess people who had tickets and saw the gorilla position, Harper and Rowan dragged him to the back, and the second they walked to the court and they put him down, and the doctor went and checked his leg. Apparently, it looked like a calf injury, and he walked out of the arena in crutches. But he was there tonight at the house show in Philadelphia.
You think maybe they're just trying to be careful with him?
I mean, he was just sitting in the rocking chair tonight. He wasn't wrestling. But they're going to slow him down. And with the rumors of Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt at Survivor Series.
Undertaker ready? I heard that he has been training
Better
at the...
question is Bray going to be healthy enough to put on a kind of match that the Undertaker deserves?
True that also. But then again, it's at Survivor Series. It's not at Mania, so...
Right. You know, I'm not expecting a fucking...
So what do you think? Do you think that maybe possibly they have Bray Wyatt go over at Survivor Series, build up the doubt?
I don't think the Undertaker ever loses again.
just for the fuck of it, build up some suspicion that he could possibly lose to Bray Wyatt and then do a Mania match with him. That would put Bray Wyatt over huge, and of course Undertaker wins.
I don't think Bray and Taker is going to happen.
Just for speculation purposes.
I think Brock's going to get that.
You think Brock over Cena now?
Let's just get into the WrestleMania 30 discussion. And I say this because Hulk Hogan recently just had an interview. I have to talk about it.
Or isn't he dead yet?
He said Triple H called him and said the door is wide open whenever you're ready to come back to the WWE. Come back home.
I believe it.
Now, they asked him if he had another match, and he said, at the right situation, hell yeah, brother, I do have a match in him.
Oh, he better not.
And with Vince being paranoid about being the 30th show and not having enough draws, do you think Hogan has a match? And do you think they do Cena Hogan? Because that's how you knock out John Cena match and not have him in any meaningful title shot.
That it would be, but oh god, I don't want to see Hogan in the ring. I really don't. It'll look so bad, especially if Cena's not working with a worker. Oh no,
Cena's gonna have to carry that match,
and I don't think he can do it.
I think he can.
With Hogan?
He's wrestled with Stiffer. He made Mr. Kennedy look good.
Who?
Cena.
This is Hogan can't walk. This is a shoot right here. Hogan can't walk, let alone wrestle a match with a guy that's not great at carrying matches.
What do you do, Hogan Punk?
Fuck no.
Exactly. Hogan Cena is the only, like...
I don't think Hogan should be in the ring. How long do you see this match going? Legit.
12 minutes.
Smalls. You see Hogan doing 12 minutes. All right, how much of that is posing?
Like 8 minutes.
I would give Hogan a 2-minute match.
Cena's going to do everything.
Hogan might die in that ring. I see Hogan dying if he has the match. He can't have a match. Maybe him come out with Cena?
No.
Like put like Super Cena and fucking Super Hogan?
As a tag team match?
They could do that. They can do that. Besides, there's no reason to have like Hogan against Cena. You gotta have heel Hogan coming back at Mania? No.
That's one of those face versus face things like The Rock and Cena.
I got the biggest dookie face on right now. Oh. Oh, no.
But
Can you imagine Cena going back to back? Cena versus Rock, Cena versus Rock, Cena versus Hogan.
Yeah.
No.
Vince McMahon loves that idea.
You know what? I'm a wrestling fan. I don't understand Vince's logic. So you're absolutely right. It makes sense in Vince's eyes.
Vince loves it. So then they want Punk and Orton at Mania. I don't know why, but they want Punk and Orton. So then that leads me to believe that Bryan's going to get Triple H. Because what you do Bryan Cena, we already know the finish. Bryan's going to hit him with the knee and Cena's going to kick out and defy the odds again. Be the only first person to kick out of the knee. And then AA, good night. We know that story. You can't do Bryan and Sheamus again.
Depends on how Sheamus comes back.
Sheamus is coming like monster heel.
You know what? I think we'll be able to see how things unfold once this dumbass storyline is over.
Would you rather have Big Show versus Triple H at WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then what do you do with Bryan?
Keep it short.
Bryan versus Punk versus Orton?
They don't like to do triple threats at Mania.
They've done like 3 of them in the past 7 years.
Main event.
Yeah. Orton, Triple H, Cena.
1. That was back like forever ago.
Let me pull it up. Chris Benoit beating Michaels and Triple H.
How long ago?
That was 20.
Keep in mind, we have different booking these days.
Batista beat Triple H. Oh my god, I remember that.
I want to put him over.
Batista. Ugh.
Have you seen, while you're looking at that, have you seen Triple H's DVD?
I have.
I haven't. How is it?
It's good. It's really good, actually.
Is it better than the Punk DVD? Because people are saying that this is the best DVD that they've seen from WWE.
It's up there. I liked it because it shows everything. It shows everything like behind the scenes he does, and his ridiculous match with Jeff Hardy when Jeff Hardy hits the Twist of Fate and the Swanton, and then he rolls him up.
Oh my! What did he have to say about that?
It was a great match. It was.
So he was just laughing, or that's just you?
That's just me laughing. John Cena beat Edge in the Big Show.
Oh God, I remember that. How long ago was that?
That was 2009. They had that Rey Mysterio, Kurt Angle, whoever else, fucking triple threat also.
But nothing recently.
What define recent? 09 is pretty recent.
And who was 09 again?
I just said it.
You said who? Cena.
Something with Cena.
Cena, Edge, and Big Show.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And that was the main event?
That was the second to last. Still was for the World Heavyweight title.
No, I'm talking about the main event. Like
The
what?
go home one?
Yeah, what they build the pay-per-view around.
No. Well, it was probably like 09 then. So.
But nonetheless, I don't see him doing it. I just hear that they're not high on it anymore. As
On
their
what?
as their biggest book, because they could have had CM Punk. They could have had CM Punk. Fucking what's that boy name? CM Punk, John Cena, and The Rock. That would have been perfect. They could have did it.
No, but then you got the Taker match.
Give Bork Taker. Triple H didn't have to happen
Triple H had to happen.
because he's Triple H.
Yep.
You're right. Give Triple H fucking Sheamus or somebody. I don't know.
Again?
No, it's been a long time since they've had a match.
Who's gonna come back and be the face to take on the corporation? And that'll be the match.
A lot of stuff with the corporation needs to play out.
So there you go. I mean, do you do somebody from the Shield? Do you do fucking Roman Reigns versus Triple H? Do you do
Nope. That's a triple threat match I would like to see.
I thought they were gonna keep it together till Mania.
No, I'm just saying I would like to see that match.
Reigns versus Rollins versus Ambrose.
Yeah.
I've seen it before. It was good.
3 completely different styles on the WrestleMania stage.
I don't think they'll give him that. I don't think they'll give him that time. Not yet. They won't. They won't do it.
They probably won't do it, but I wouldn't mind seeing it. That'd be a dream match to see that go down. Just 3 completely different styles, a nice story behind these
I wonder
guys.
what they're gonna do with the World Heavyweight.
Bobby Roode.
Bobby Roode.
I don't know what he had to do with that. Do you see them doing anything with Big E Langston?
I don't know what they're doing with Big E. They brought him up for this bodyguard gimmick that I thought was stupid for him. They should have just brought him up as a mid-card face, and he probably would have, he probably could have a good feud and take a title off somebody. But
Has he done anything since? Has he been in any matches since the CM Punk match?
He got rolled up by Kofi Kingston.
Oh God! And then he beat somebody recently, right?
Zack Ryder.
Big E should not be taking losses. He shouldn't be taking losses to anybody. He should be 5 counting everything moving.
Yeah.
But we have him losing to Kofi Kingston via roll-up.
Yes.
I'm not on board with that.
Not on board with it.
My man said Triple H versus Undertaker 4.
Why not?
Triple H versus Undertaker 4. Because why the fuck not? Triple H should wrestle as much as The Undertaker does. Or he should be involved on television as much as The Undertaker is.
But he's running the fucking company.
Smalls, we didn't talk about Bob Backlund. I didn't see the Bob Backlund. Tell me
That
about.
shit was hilarious.
Was it anywhere near
Nope.
as good? Okay. As good as
That
me.
was a treat. That was a treat just for the Garden.
That was only for us?
Yep.
All right. So tell me about Raw. Tell me about.
Talked about Raw. It sucked.
No, tell me about him on Raw. I didn't see it.
Oh, he just started going off and screaming.
Like like kind of like how he was at.
Yeah, but at least Bob Backlund was shooting on people. Like this was just random to be a referee.
Like what encourages? Like what started him going off on people?
He wanted to be the special guest referee of this match,
Uh-huh.
and it just went completely.
So he was just doing his pitch and then he just started blacking out.
Yeah, pretty much. He went into old school mode.
Oh God.
It was hilarious.
Now I wonder, is he in character or is he legit shooting with this stuff?
I think he's absorbed that character that Bob Backlund is that now.
That crazy Bob Backlund character?
Yes.
Because he started off as the good guy. You know, that white collar guy. That was really his gimmick. And then it all turned when he lost to Diesel in 8 seconds. And then he snapped on Bret Hart.
Yeah.
That's he like really turned for the worse. And he's been like that ever since.
Yeah. He remember he wanted to have a fight with Sergeant Slaughter in the middle of the fucking stage.
Did he?
Yeah, the Garden. He was shooting on Sergeant Slaughter.
Oh my goodness.
He was like undoing his tie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was out of control.
Yeah, yo. Is that footage on YouTube anywhere? That is
it's on the Fan Nation.
That is the whole thing. Did they do it unedited?
Oh, you talking about the WrestleMania one?
Yes.
No, it's not. It's not. It's on the DVD. It's edited though. Like they cut a lot.
Oh no.
That was just you had to be there.
Oh, so that can't be found on YouTube unedited?
Mm-mm.
Oh my
That
God.
was just the one offer.
People missed out. Oh my God. That right there. So much stuff made that Hall of Fame ceremony.
I honestly don't want to go to another Hall of Fame after that. I just feel like that was the one to go to. Not even next year.
So interesting. Like we've watched the other Hall of Fames on TV.
Right.
They seem pretty basic, pretty normal, pretty what you expect the Hall of Fame ceremony to be. This shit was just
ridiculous.
Out there. Everybody was out there. Who had more heat? Legit heat. Was it Trish Stratus's husband or Maria Munoz?
Maria Menounos.
She had, but Trish's husband had some legit heat.
There was legit
He
heat.
had some heat.
There was legit heat on that guy.
Saying fuck you, whatever his name is.
Ron.
Fuck you, Ron. They was doing that. But Maria, oh man. Yeah, she had to wrap that shit up and get off stage before they rioted.
Yeah, I was getting angry.
Was you like, all right, that was your first taste of a New York crowd. Was you
They were
John
Cena. John Cena didn't do anything.
They just showed him on the screen.
He almost got murdered.
All he did was smile. That's it. They don't want him smiling.
No so
smiles. he had the third worst heat of the night. Third behind Trish's husband, who is ultimately first behind Maria Munoz. Mm-hmm. I didn't think she was going to make it out of there alive. Smalls, is that what you was expecting from the New York crowd when it came to heat?
Yes, that crowd
wanted. Right?
I wish Mania was at the Garden.
I think there might have been more heat in that Garden crowd than on Raw.
Yes, the Hall of Fame crowd was better than the Monday Night Raw crowd.
I think so.
That crowd was just full of that crowd was just full of old school wrestling fans. Like Booker T was on stage and saying names of old school dudes that I don't even know. And why is it kind of new? Like, and but you hear half of the crowd. You hear the crowd go, "Yeah." I'm just like, man, this crowd is deep.
Yeah, he was naming off some federations. I'm like, oh my God, I remember that shit when I was fucking 8.
It was deep. They got deep with it. They got.
But Booker T's was
people
good.
were throwing shit at Cena for some reason. I don't know.
I think that the kid behind us knew more guys than we did. I think the little kid behind us knew more than we did.
That little kid chanting, "You still got it" to Bruno Sammartino. He said he tried to start a "You still got it" chant for Bruno Sammartino.
And he was the only one chanting.
I wanted to go behind him. I wanted to give him the CM Punk like spinning back slap.
I wonder if it made the DVD. If you could hear that kid during the Bruno chants.
I bet you we could. I heard myself on the Maria Menounos one.
Oh my goodness.
You just hear me going, "Leave."
Just randomly.
Yeah,
I gotta see that DVD. I gotta see it.
the Hall of Fame DVD.
Let's take some questions to the.
I had some people tweet us some questions also.
Okay,
And
let's.
they can put some in the chat. You can ask things non-wrestling related, of course. You can ask anything you want, and we'll try to answer it the way of our ability. Waza, the first question is from the phenomenal one. Do you prefer the Japanese way of selling the GTS, a la Kenta, or the WWE way, CM Punk?
Japanese way, all the way. I mean, that knee goes like, not even a knee. The knee in the thigh just takes over that man's face. But when my man did the backflip, though,
Yo,
that's overkill.
that's what I'm working on. I'm working on selling something like that.
He did the Shawn Michaels sell for no reason on Kenta's GTS. But I like Kenta's way of doing a GTS better than Punk's. It's just way more badass, and it's stiffer. How about you?
I like the stiffer version. I don't like to get hit with the stiffer version, but it looks better on television.
Yeah, that shit is badass.
Yeah.
Next question.
Who is your favorite wrestler?
Ah, damn, somebody asked me that yesterday, and I thought about an answer for about 2 minutes, and then I forgot that I was thinking about an answer. Let's go with yours first. Let me think for a little bit.
Of all time, I'm gonna say The Rock.
Current. Cause
God, right now, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say Dean Ambrose, cause that motherfucker just makes me laugh. That dude is such a G.
Now, does he mean favorite wrestler or favorite in-ring performer?
He just says favorite wrestler. I do like the vicious style of Dean Ambrose.
Favorite wrestler? I still got to go with Austin Aries.
Yeah, he's good. I like Aries too.
As a do-it-all guy, like he...
Also, yeah, Aries, but I feel like I always say Aries. Dean is growing on me. Dean is growing on me every day.
Yeah, his style is just so different. Daniel Bryan is, would make that huge argument, but the difference between him and Aries is that Aries has that flair to it,
Yeah, which I like.
It can appeal to any crowd. Like you won't find anyone saying Austin Aries can't wrestle, but you'll find like some people that don't understand wrestling too well that would say Daniel Bryan can't wrestle.
Right.
Because they don't understand his style. It's stiff. It's submission based.
Yeah.
It's
like Tensai said.
Yeah, Daniel Bryan is a perfect prototype wrestler. Mm-hmm. Austin Aries is the best performer.
I think The Rock is probably he's so good at like.
I'm talking about current.
I just think Dean is something special. Dean is,
he gets away from the Shield. That's when we'll see the real Dean.
Dean is gonna be something special. He needs to come out with JTG and do that gimmick.
I think that Dean needs to do a sleaze gimmick.
I think he needs to act like I think he needs to do interviews with Renee Young like he did with that one Puerto Rican chick.
Just completely grilling her.
Just go on YouTube, guys. Check out Lulu Lala WWE. Just Lulu Lala space WWE. Look for the Shields part. That shit is ridiculous. Dean Ambrose.
It's ridiculous. Anytime they're doing an interview with a woman, yeah. all you see it in their eyes. They just want to go balls deep.
All the way.
It doesn't matter who the chick is. They're trying to go knees deep. Mm-hmm. All right. Of all time,
I just say The Rock because he was so good at his moveset. He was so good at controlling the crowd. He just knew how to do it all, man.
My answer is going to surprise a lot of people.
Andre?
No. My favorite of all time.
Sting.
Yep.
Sting.
The surfer gimmick, the crow gimmick.
Oh, not TNA Sting.
No.
Okay.
No. Fully invested in everything that Sting did back in the day. I didn't even notice how big of a fan I was of Sting. He was just so different.
Yeah.
He was a good worker. Of course, you could say Austin, but after that injury, he wasn't that prototype anymore. So the real Austin didn't last long on a big stage, until we got the Rattlesnake Austin,
Right.
which he wasn't much of a wrestler. He was just a brawler. Hogan was a performer, but when you looked at his matches outside of his marquee matches, they all sucked. And if we think about it, Hogan hasn't been good since 93, 94.
Wow.
Junkyard Doro, good thing you bring that up. Well, you brought that up because he knows that that's the first wrestler I liked. But yeah, so I'm actually gonna have to go with Sting.
There you go.
He made me the most invested in his gimmicks and in his ring work, because he was the perfect person that his ring work matched his gimmick on each gimmick that he did. Really good storyteller.
Yeah, he's solid in that department.
Could say Ric Flair, but nah. Ric Flair's always taking bumps. I got to see somebody kick ass.
Take a bump.
Ric Flair wasn't really much of the ass kicker. He was usually putting guys over.
Wise, Kyle Wood asks, what are your thoughts on a potential Dick Ryback versus Undertaker match at Mania? We all know Dick Ryback is pushing for this match.
Dick Ryback versus who?
The Undertaker.
Nope.
That's it?
Nope.
That's it?
That's it.
There it is. I just don't see why. I don't know how you book it for have the right to be Ryback be believable.
You gonna say fucking Undertaker's a bully?
Undertaker, you're a bully.
You bully dead people.
The only people I see with Taker, Rock, Brock.
You think Undertaker
Cena.
a good match?
What about Hogan and Taker?
Stop, Smalls. What the fuck? I hate you.
Rock-
Always bringing up Hogan. You
But
know
what happens if he just did what happens if it was a 3-minute Tombstone Goodnight match?
So, I mean, there has to be the point where Hulk Hogan no sells.
He's gonna no sell the Tombstone. He's gonna roll up the Undertaker off a Tombstone, and then kick out.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, we're done with that.
Hogan's gonna sunset flip the Undertaker.
Yeah, he's gonna put the Undertaker on the Spanish announce table, and he's gonna do a moonsault off the top rope, Shawn Michaels style.
All right. So what was the next question?
And then he's gonna hit him with a pile driver.
Oh my God.
Who will be the WWE champion at WrestleMania? Going into WrestleMania.
Good question. Brock.
Brock's gonna be the WWE champion?
Because why the fuck not? He's coming back Survivor Series, right?
I don't know.
Like I heard they were bumping him up before Mania.
Probably.
That's the only way I would see it happen is if they bring him back at Survivor
It's either
Series.
gonna be Bryan or Punk. Bryan or Orton. That's it.
That's a hard.
Maybe they're sandbagging Bryan to see if he's that over, because they don't believe he's that over, even though he's selling merch like a motherfucker. He's got 5 shirts.
It's hard for anybody to get over if you sandbag them. Hard for anybody to get over. Like they sandbagged Cena, for a whole fucking year, and that pretty much reduced him to nothing. When they put the title back on him, did their ratings shoot up? No. So that's hard for anyone to do. It's so stupid. Let's sandbag him to see if he lasts the test of time. No, dickhead. Also, I hear that another reason why they might be bringing Cena back early is because CM Punk has to get rid of these nagging injuries.
Yeah, he looks like he looks like he'll get killed off at Hell in a Cell or Survivor Series. And then, I expect him to get killed off at Hell in a Cell. And then he's gonna take off to Royal Rumble.
And then they start back to
because with Cena coming back, you could have Punk return at the Rumble.
Right.
So they'll probably have Punk and Sheamus return at the Rumble.
I have no doubt in my mind that CM Punk is going to be challenging for the WWE title at Mania.
Yeah, I think he wins the Rumble.
No doubt about it. He's either going to be the champion or he's going to be going into it challenging. Probably going into it challenging.
He's going to challenge either Bryan or Orton.
And every time he returns, even if he's gone for just a month, he gets such huge pops.
Yeah, because he's awesome.
Jesus.
He's over because he's like liked on other levels. Like they don't just like him for wrestling. They
And-
like
and
him because he likes this music, or he likes MMA, or he does he's at these baseball games, or he's at the hockey game. Like he tweets like he's a real dude. He's not all his character is him. Like you never see like Damien. Yeah, I mean Damien Sandow's not gonna tweet himself at a game or anything, but it's like that's why because he's so personable. It's like, oh, you like fucking hockey? Oh, I like hockey. Okay, cover that whole demographic.
People can relate to him, and then when people don't like him and they tweet him, he fucking rips their damn soul out.
Yeah.
He lets you know I'm a regular ass dude. I'll fucking throw your ass back.
He does all those.
He lets you know that he's gonna block you.
He does all those Comic Cons, and he's a big comic book fan and all that. He has a good demographic of fans.
And the thing that helps him out with this whole thing is that by him doing all this, he's bringing in different audiences.
Right.
I don't know if that's his purpose, but him being himself brings in other audiences. Good for business.
Good for business. Jordan Grays asks, what are our thoughts on Cesaro going out of control on Khali with the swing?
Well, know what's funny about that? I still haven't seen it live. Like, as it's happening, I still haven't seen it.
Really?
Haven't seen it.
You saw the one he did to Santino, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But at Battleground, I think I blinked. Or I looked somewhere and started tweeting or something. And then I just saw the end of it. Like the last swing.
Oh, okay.
And of course, I didn't watch Raw. So, nope, didn't see it.
I think that's going to be Cesaro's babyface turn. I think Vince has a hard-on for the Giant swing. Because Andre the Giant did the swing and all that. So, I think Cesaro's going to get that babyface turn. You might have Swagger versus Cesaro very, very soon.
Mm-hmm.
Probably on Survivor Series on the low end of the card. And I hope he gets into the World Heavyweight title picture very soon.
Yo, this picture of you with the TNA title is clean.
Yeah, it's clean, right?
That is clean. That's a good one. That should be your avatar.
Chance we see Mickie James versus AJ Lee in a WWE ring.
Possible. I think Mickey's been trying to subliminally push that she wants to return to WWE.
If this was pardon the interruption and we had to put a percentage on it, out of 100%, what percentage do you put this?
55.
55% chance of this happening.
55.
That sounds about right. I'm going to say 55. I'll say like 55, 60-ish because it's a little better than half and half. Because if she does sign, then it's pretty much automatic it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's definitely going to happen.
So.
Like, they had the same fucking gimmick.
Right.
Almost. So they gotta meet them up. It's just, is WWE willing to bring in an older... Well, they got fucking...
I still think that they're going to have Lita versus AJ at Mania.
Is Lita training?
Lita can work.
No, I know that, but has she been training? Like, usually when people training, that shows when they're going to be coming back.
I mean, she's been pretty out of the spotlight lately. She hasn't been tweeting much. She's kind of been on the low key.
Okay.
That's what I see. But that's a whole nother story. They should just have a Divas ladder match.
They should let the Divas actually work.
No, because you got to remember, Total Divas Season 2 is going to start filming at WrestleMania 30. So there probably is going to be a huge 10 Diva stupid thing.
A huge 10 Diva stupid thing, which is probably going to get cut off.
Yeah, I don't know. They'll have Eva Marie win the fucking if Eva Marie can climb a ladder by then, she'll grab the briefcase.
Hold on, time out. There's a briefcase involved?
It's going to be a Money in the Bank Divas match.
Oh my goodness.
Karma's going to powerbomb Gail Kim through a ladder.
Oh god, this is happening.
Paige is going to go up, but Eva Marie's going to throw her off. And Eva Marie's going to get the briefcase.
Smalls, when does Paige debut?
She's a coin toss. She's a coin toss because she's very young and they don't want to bring her up too soon.
Smalls, PTI percentage before Mania.
Before Mania,
percentage
30.
30%?
Yeah. I don't think she'll come up.
They're
too focused on these new these new girls. They're too focused on the show. Meanwhile, Paige, Emma, Bailey, Charlotte, who's incredible. Charlotte's really good. Summer Rae and Sasha Banks, they're tearing it up down there.
Do you think that they fuck over Paige when she comes up?
I just don't know what gimmick they want to get. I don't know how they want to bring her up.
I think she would be with the whole Total Divas thing going on.
I
She
think
would be.
Sami Zayn is easier. He got banned from NXT. Oh, great. Perfect segue. Come up now.
Hold up, we got Ben. All right, I might have missed this.
JBL banned him from NXT.
What? Why? I mean, I know for Heat, but why?
At JBL.
Okay.
It's WWE logic, man.
Now I wanted to know like what sparked it. Like what was it that happened?
Oh, Sammy beat Bo for the title, but they restarted the match, and then Bo won dirty.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess Sammy cut a mean promo or something, and JBL said he's done here or something. It was recorded. We have to see it play out.
Okay. Damn, I was saying something about Paige. Oh yeah, they could. That would be the perfect way to give her that anti-diva gimmick. Is because the whole Total Divas thing, and she doesn't believe it's real wrestling and X, Y, and Z. Slap her with the anti-diva gimmick.
Yeah, but that means like AJ.
AJ's gonna be on the show.
Yeah, but AJ's a heel.
She'll be on the show. Shit's gonna change.
Okay, well if that's it, then that's how you bring her up.
Because think, you got Stephanie always in her fucking ear.
Eva Marie is the face of the WWE. Damn it.
Smalls, do we have to end the show with that?
No, it's just Blackjack wrote it, and I had to say it in my Vince McMahon voice.
Oh God, somebody has a real hard on for her.
She's probably sucks good dick.
Probably.
She's stiff as hell, so I couldn't imagine being in bed with her, but she probably sucks. She can suck the chrome off a bumper.
She got the ironing board backboard. The ironing board back, whatever.
She can suck the chrome off a bumper, though, probably.
Uh-oh. So, questions. What else we got?
You saw her try to dance, though?
Nope.
That's it. That's all you got to know.
What else did we got?
El Torito versus Undertaker at WrestleMania 30. Will El Torito have a Mania match? El Torito versus Swoggle.
El Torito kicks his ass.
El Torito's a beast. I think El Torito can do power bombs.
Completely kicks his ass. You say you think he could do power bombs?
Yes.
Out of control.
What happens if somebody was such a good worker that, like somebody like CM Punk? There's got to be somebody who could. Dolph Ziggler could probably get power bombed by El Torito.
Take the bump.
Take the bump.
Smalls, I'm thinking we need to make a Instagram for the CAC show so that we can put all the fan art on there. What do you think?
All right, I'll make one.
But we got to get the fan art. If we get some fan art, we could just litter it all over Instagram for the CAC show. That'd be some pretty sweet stuff. Also, while we're here, I wanted to say this. Since we're pretty much just a universe here, and a lot of you guys pretty much know each other. I've been pitching this to Autumn for a while. He's afraid. Ted did it, but he got busy. I want to hear some of you guys do some wrestling videos. I want to take a listen to some of you guys.
Like submissions and shit, and we play them on the show.
Well, no, I mean they can build their own channel. I just want to hear some of their own opinions on stuff.
Gotcha.
I just want to hear their opinions because we have ours. They listen to us. I want to listen to their stuff.
Gotcha.
I know a lot of them are, could be shy about it or a bit scared to do it. Fuck that. I want to hear what you guys got to say. So if you want to do that, if you ever make any videos, go on ahead, tweet it to the CAC show, tweet it to me. You can tweet it to Smalls. Smalls might look. Hell, Smalls doesn't watch my stuff. Smalls isn't going to watch, but I will.
Take a bump. Why is this a fit? Welcome all NXT rookies. This is the new coach, Wiza. Wiza's gonna direct you when and where to take bumps.
Yo, to take a bump. If people haven't seen that, tell them where they can find Take a Bump.
Just type in Triple H Tough Enough on YouTube and it'll pop up. And he'll just literally come in chewing his gum with his tight ass black shirt and jeans. Take a bump. That's it.
Yo, my man had the hole in his shorts though.
But like he acted like that was not like nothing though. Triple H no-sold it.
Yeah. All right, so what else we got?
Do you know who Enzo Amore is?
That would be the guy from Assassin's Creed, right?
No,
that's
he's in NXT.
That's Ezio. I'm blah, blah, blah.
He's in.
You say his name again now?
Enzo Amore. Bada bing, bada boom. You bunch of softies.
No.
He's pretty good. I like him.
What's his? How long has he been there? Actually,
He's been there for a couple months. Sammy Callahan's new gimmick is great. I can't tell you what I found out what it was. I can't.
they haven't shown him on. They haven't shown him on.
No, but I can't tell. I can't tell you. Sorry, guys. I can't tell you till he debuts. I got to tell Wiza off camera. But
Does it? Do you think it fits him?
oh my god, dude! When I tell you, you're gonna be like, this fucking guy's gonna fucking. Oh yeah, it's awesome. I wish I had the gimmick.
Damn.
Yeah.
So is this something very, very different? Is it something we haven't seen? I mean, you can say yes or no. Have we not seen this before? Why do I see you putting your shoulders like above your ears?
Triple H walk.
Like with the hands out, like.
Did you see my Twitter picture of me titty bumping in the Korean barbecue restaurant?
I saw that, but didn't somebody else do a neck thing, like the shoulders with the Big Show on Raw 2 weeks ago? Didn't he put his shoulders like above his head when he got upset?
Yes, yeah, he did. He did the Larry King on us.
All right, I was making sure. All right, do we have any more questions, or are we ready to wrap this thing up?
Let's see. It looks like that's it. Do you have anything you want to wrap up about?
No, I'm ready to play some GTA.
Oh my god, that sounds like a fucking plan, actually.
GTA it is.
GTA is. If you guys aren't on GTA yet, make sure you are.
Some shit.
Join the crew. Let's make sure we get all our plugs done. If you are not subscribed to this channel, do it now. There's a red button right there. Follow us on the CAC Show Twitter at CAC Show.
Real quick. All questions about the CAC show
direct to the CAC Show.
Yes.
There's
please.
no need to put Wiza now in it. He sees it on he gets his phone battery dies because you double it up on him. So just do it on CAC Show and all of us can see it. Because no need
if it's just general wrestling questions you want to ask me personally, do that. But if it's anything pertaining to the CAC, it's just to be organized.
And if you want to ask him where his wrestling channel went, just break your phone before even tweeting.
Those are the best ways to get me like semi-heel mode. Like I be having like the
what happened to your YouTube channel with the Raw reviews?
It's always a dick answer that I give, or I'll just retweet it so somebody else can do it.
What was the one that somebody tweeted you and you said my PayPal is this?
Oh, he said that I should get. He said, why is it? You should be playing on PlayStation 3. It's better and it's free online.
Buy it for me.
So I'm like, all right, here's my PayPal.
I got you.
Fuck, like no. Speaking of which, and I am gonna announce it on my podcast. Someone gave a huge donation toward the show that I do over there. I'll get into all of that on the show, which should be Tuesday morning. There's nothing going on tonight, so Tuesday morning is when I do all of my wrestling reviews. I do plan on doing more than just wrestling reviews on that podcast. Smalls knows what I'm talking about. It's going to be completely abysmal. You don't know? Oh man, the ex-girlfriend interviews?
We haven't talked all week. It's just been me and Blackjack in the chat.
I talked about this like when I first started the podcast.
Which podcast?
My podcast channel, Smalls. My podcast website, Smalls, on Podbean. But nonetheless, here's what I'm gonna do.
No selling it.
Here's what it's gonna be. Blackjack knows. Smalls, I have ex-girlfriends.
No shit.
I'm going to interview them, and I'm going to let them just be completely no holds barred.
Wait. You just gonna let them shoot on you, and you're not gonna?
I'm gonna let them shoot on me. It's gonna be epic. It's bound to fail. This is gonna be catastrophic. This is gonna be colossal. This is gonna be bad.
What? Wait. My question is, but here's the better thing. Can I ask the questions?
To them?
Yes.
I don't see how that will work.
I'm gonna submit. There's got to be questions.
Oh yeah, if you want to submit questions, sure.
We have to submit questions.
Oh fuck, that'd be awesome.
They have to submit questions.
Yeah. That way, it's not me like kind of kind of tilting the questions. Now I can ask some hard ones.
But like,
Yeah,
how
that'd be
is this
awesome.
gonna work? Did you already pitch this to them?
No, I pitched this to one.
And what'd she say?
She says she might do it. This chick the chick that said that she might do it is the reason why the Wise and Now name was created. So there's some history in that one.
She made the name?
She didn't make the name, but she was the reason why it was made.
Gotcha. And this is all voice, right? There's no visual?
No visual,
Okay.
no voice.
Okay.
But yeah. So if you want to send any questions, you're gonna have to send those.
I find it hard to believe that your ex-girlfriends are gonna come to your house,
No,
record a shoot interview, and just
No,
leave your house without giving it up.
You said without giving it up.
Yeah,
No.
I feel like there's an after party when it comes to this shit.
Oh man, that's that makeup sex. No, we can't do it. No, I'm not gonna invite them to my house. No, it'll be via Skype. You know,
Oh, via Skype. Okay.
try to keep it professional. If you guys want to submit questions, follow me on Facebook. The Facebook name is Wiser Speaks. I think it's Facebook/ or Facebook.com/Wiser Speaks. The podcast is wisernow.podbean.com. That's where all my reviews are. There's no YouTube channel.
Why don't you
None of
just
that shit.
why don't you have like wisernow.com and just do that
Uh,
and just reroute it to your Podbean?
I don't know how to do none of that stuff.
Alright.
It might be too much work.
Might be.
We could talk about that off air, and I'll figure it out, see if it works.
Alright.
That'd be easy to remember. But at the moment, right now, we have wisernow.podbean.com, and on Facebook, Facebook/ blah 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 Wiser Speaks. That's what it is.
There it is.
So those are my plugs. If you're into my football stuff, you already know where to find that stuff.
Nope.
All right.
Um,
Any more plugs? Triple H moments.
do we have any sponsors?
Do we have any sponsors? No one sponsors this show.
Got it. Except hopefully
We have the great sponsors of YouTube.com to sponsor this show.
I hope that we get a sponsor. I hope there's like a suit outlet that can give us these suits,
We need them suits.
because those shits are completely out of control.
We need.
How is your head perfectly? How is it perfect?
Yo, that was clean.
How is it in the hat?
That clean. There's no room in that hat. Like it fits. Like that's clean. That's clean. There's no other way to say it. It's clean.
Now, would you now? I gotta. Are we gonna wear this in the French Quarter?
What the hell is that?
I mean, Bourbon Street.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Are we gonna get hammered with these suits on?
Fuck yeah.
Am I gonna get on the bar and start boom, 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 titty bumps?
What Smalls? If you twerk,
No,
no,
I don't do
we're
all
not
that.
gonna see you twerk. We're not Smalls. We got to go all the way with the costumes, man. You got to twerk.
Whoever is coming to WrestleMania, or whoever wants to, if there's any other people who want to be affiliated with us, I mean, let us know, because the tickets are on sale November 16th. So I don't know whoever has some cash or a credit card, try to sit all together. So we should try to do.
Yeah, we'll probably get like a group section of tickets, and if we can't get nobody that is really looking to,
We're looking for more people. There's a lot of people going to there's a lot of people going to Mania 30 as it is. But I'm saying, like, if people like fucking, like, I don't know, if there's somebody on, YouTubers, well, there's not really a lot of YouTubers. Like, if Blackjack wanted to go, that'd be perfect, because we could just go to do the Hoboken party, and then we just all shoot out from Newark.
Hoboken's gonna be fucking awesome. You're gonna love Hoboken. You're gonna want to move to Hoboken.
Can I giant swing somebody in the middle of the street?
You could probably giant swing a drunk girl.
Yes!
You can. It's possible.
That's going on Instagram.
It's possible.
It's
Just like the chick that got powerbombed through the table, it's possible.
I'm still in shock. I witnessed that.
Smalls, do you still have the picture that you can put up before we end the show?
Of
the chick taking the bump.
Let me pull it up real quick. Hoboken. That chick will probably just yak like all over the place.
Was a
Huh?
Blackjack just typed in drunk was a.
Drunk was a. Let's see.
Sponsored by Age Tequila.
Sponsored by nobody.
Bobby Roode.
Yeah, we're sponsored by Bobby Roode.
Bobby Roode.
Let me see. All right, I'm pulling it up right now, guys. I mean, if people were hammered in New Jersey, can you imagine New Orleans, where you can just walk everywhere with alcohol?
See, I've never been to New Orleans, but I think that Hoboken is probably like just a smaller scale of how New Orleans streets are. Like somebody like maybe Blackjack could possibly tell me, like atmosphere wise, like you're not gonna get beads or no nonsense like that out in Hoboken, but people are just out in the streets drunk.
I love it.
And there's just bars every fucking where. And that's how I envision that New Orleans is. Just bars and food everywhere.
That's what PJB told me. It's just like, if you like getting drunk and staying up late, then New Orleans is the shit. I'm like, well, that's perfect. What a great ways to have WrestleMania. Considering all those indie guys.
That could be a really good pregame for New Orleans.
What happened?
I think that Hoboken
Hoboken
would be a pretty good pregame for New Orleans.
Gotcha.
Yes, that is a female that took a bump through a table at WrestleMania.
Keep in mind, that's not a wooden like tape. That's a plastic table.
Yo, my man don't look like Joey Ryan in the background though.
Time out though. When did Sami Zayn try out this crazy red shirt gimmick?
I'm done. That does look like Sami
Why
Zayn.
is Sami Zayn powerbombing Asian women?
Oh my goodness.
That's Sami Zayn. That's a hard plastic table.
Oh my god.
And it broke clean. Look, it broke clean.
Right down the middle. That's clean.
He lined it up perfectly. That's the shit that's gonna happen in New Orleans. I don't know if I'm gonna go to the Hall of Fame this year. I probably doubt it, even if it is Warrior.
Yeah, it's just not that big.
I'd rather go to the PWG and the ROH shows they're gonna have on Saturday.
Yes.
And then by the time those shows end like at 11, like Bourbon Street's not even awake yet.
There you have it.
And we're just gonna be fucking with the fucking outfits.
Yep, there's Blackjack. People in Hoboken are drunk at 10 a.m. Yep, sounds about right.
That's New Orleans. You can pass out. You can fall asleep in the street.
It's about right. So yeah,
bumps better than Eva Marie.
Oh yeah. She took through the table.
Through a table.
On concrete.
On the concrete.
Think about that. All right. So anybody that wants to play GTA, you can search for my what is it called? Crew. You can search for that. I don't know how you do it, but the name of the crew is Y as a Family.
You can just go to your Rockstar Social Club account, and then you can just type in Wiza Now in the search bar, and the Wiza Family crew will actually pop up. You click on that, then you hit Join Crew, and then make sure you hit Active Crew, because you want to be in that active crew. So when you log back into GTA, boom, you're already there. It's like, if I want to join my crew, you get to join the Wiza Family crew.
Yeah, I instantly accept every invite that I get. Like, you don't have to ask, just freaking send it, and I accept it. Until we max out,
What is the max out?
300.
Wow. Now, how do you bump up people in your crew?
I do it on the site, on the Rockstar website that they have.
Levels?
I never even looked into that.
I gotta be like the chief captain. I need the fucking patch.
Let me see. I could do all that stuff.
You need to have people you need to make people shirtless and put the Wiza tattoo.
Everybody, they need to go on ahead. Huh?
No, I was just saying something.
They need to go on ahead and make the open vest.
Open vest and have the tattoo on their chest?
They need to make the open vest with no shirt so that we could wear the gang territory sign on our chest. The Dick Ryback.
Everybody needs a beanie.
Everybody has to wear the beanie. All right, I'm looking for the Rockstar.
And I want to say a spoiler alert. My goal right now is trying to get booked on one of those shows in New Orleans.
One of what shows?
One of those indie shows.
Uh-oh.
Work one of those $5 wrestling shows in a high school gym in New Orleans.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to cruise right now.
Wise is gonna be flipping me off, pushing back in his chair. Throw my water bottle at him.
Spit that water out. Triple H spits out the water.
Even Marie does a giant swing. No.
That's even
If
Marie does.
Cesaro swings even Marie, I'm in favor of that.
I'm in favor of that. See, this is weird. On the website, it says that you're not even in my crew, but you actually are.
Yeah. I have the tag and everything.
Yeah, this the website is weird. It's not the same as the online.
I guess that money's coming in now, slowly.
What money?
That 500 grand each.
Oh, people started getting it?
Yeah. Tom tweeted a picture.
Uh-oh.
Best for business.
All right, let's go on ahead and end this thing off.
All right, guys, that's it. Make sure you like it up. It'll be here in like a couple minutes, so people who missed it get to watch it. Enjoy the show. We will see y'all next week before Bound for Glory, but we will not be talking about Bound for Glory. Oh, you know what? If I do go to Bound for Glory, it might have to be a Wise only or a pre-tape. So, but we'll figure that out. I might just be. The arena will probably be so quiet that I could probably just do the show in the arena.
No selling the matches.
I could probably be in the media section, but there'll probably be only about 4 of us. So like, I'm probably can just get a Skype call and start talking to you as I'm watching the show. So
that would be crazy.
So that's it, guys.
Unlike Mania, you won't have anything messing up or intercepting your phone. You know how we couldn't even tweet at Mania?
Oh no. There's gonna be plenty of bandwidth in that arena. No worries.
You're gonna have 5G.
I'm getting all the internet.
Go. They'll be stealing internet from you.
Yeah. TNA is gonna want to borrow the internet I'm using. I'm taking a bump, Blackjack. Definitely taking a bump.
All right, now we can. I'm gonna go grab something to eat.
Peace, guys.